We're in. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. First of all, new setup. So, very first comments before we ramble on.
Yes.
Make sure you can hear us.
Can
everyone hear us? We've got
these
fancy mics. Are they working? We're obviously not in Whisky Club HQ, and we've obviously got an extra guest with us. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
How you doing again?
Some of you
boys before.
You have. We've never had a guest on twice, actually, so it's quite nice to have you back, Peter.
It's a great honour, yeah. Thanks, guys. So, my name's Peter Holroyd. I'm the distillery manager at King's Barnes Distillery. Doing something a wee bit different. This is a first for me and all.
We are.
Now, I've never done a blending session, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight, I think.
Yeah, is anybody that's watching, have you guys done a blended before? Is it going to be new for us three and for you at home?
Susanna Neil's dive straight in. Oh my God, where are you and who is that? So
we're in a very secret Wemyss themed location here.
Yeah.
And Peter's just introduced himself. What's the link between
King's
Wemyss
Barnes
and King's Barnes? Yeah, why not?
So Wemyss Malts is all owned. We're a small, independently owned, family-run business first and foremost. So we're owned and operated by the Wemyss family. It's a brother and sister duo, so it's William Wemyss and Isabella Wemyss. Back in 2005, William and Isabella set up Wemyss Malts. Going back a little bit before then, actually, the family was involved in the drinks industry, so they had their father started a vineyard in the south of France. So they make classy French wine. It's a superb vineyard called Rimeresque.
Right.
I've been there myself. It's good gear, and but the thing was, they're a Scottish family making French wine.
Mm-hmm.
So the question was always asked, well, why aren't you guys making some whiskey? Because that's what you should be making. So
Absolutely.
I think William was getting pestered over the years, and between William and Isabella, he caved, and they started Wemyss Malts. So independent bottlers. Buying whiskey from all over Scotland, buying new mixed spirit from all over Scotland, and filling it into casks and established Wemyss Malts. And then in 2014, the opportunity arose to start King's Barnes Distillery. So really a small distillery, but in a lowland style, making something light, fruity, floral. So the businesses are kind of sister companies, if you like.
Nice.
We're all thankful for it.
Yeah, I know. That was
absolutely,
as we discussed earlier, that was Simon's first dram as a married man.
It was. Yeah. So
first dram of the wedding day.
First time my wedding day. So we woke up in the morning, and the first bottle that came out of the bag was the King's Barnes Dream to Dram. So
that's awesome.
I showed Peter a photo, and he was very, very chuffed
about
that one. So thank you for making such a fantastic whiskey.
Well, thank you for punctuating such an important life event with it.
Right, lots of comments coming in, Harvey.
Yeah, so the beauty of this, I'll get this one in early. If you've got your blending kit at home and you're at work like David, or if you've got COVID like Bano, unlucky, sorry to hear that, Adrian. I didn't see if you still had your taste there. But do not worry, this can be watched back on Facebook and
Absolutely.
YouTube at any time after the stream. So hello if you're watching back, and I hope you enjoy.
Let us know if it's your first time here as well. It'll be a great one for you to be tuning in first time. Give us a shout out, and we'll try and get your comment up on the screen as we always do. We always like to give the newbies a big shout out. And if you've been here lots of times, you can just say you're here for the first time anyway, and we're gonna give you a shout out. So just enjoy.
Of course. If you're still feeling lucky, there's tickets remaining tonight. We're obviously drawing the winner of the ultimate Wemyss Collection, 10 very carefully selected single cask bottles by the team at Wemyss, along with some fantastic runners-up prizes of the core range and a couple of limited editions, the Velvet Fig and Smoky Shores.
Smoky Shores, well done.
So let's see who else we've got here, and then we'll fire in. We'll get ourselves ready for a blending, eh? Let's do it.
Yes, we're going to kick off. We're going to kick off with the blend, and that's how we're going to run it. Peter's going to talk us through the blending. You guys are going to blend along at home. Ideally, that's how it's going to work. We're going to fire through that. We're going to create your own blend. What are we creating tonight, Peter?
So viewers have a choice.
Okay.
It depends on what your tastes. What's your preference? We've got really sweet whiskey, spicy whiskey, and smoky whiskey.
Fantastic.
And the beautiful thing about whiskey is the variety in the category. So what we're going to do, basically, is we're going to make like a base malt talk you through a little bit about how we do that. And then it's layering flavour on top with kind of signature malt, where you're going to be getting some interesting development in that flavour. But the great thing about blending is it's like you're making something that's more than the sum of its parts. So you're making something that's like, you're almost, see when you put two whiskies together, and people should do this just for fun as well at home. Give it a go, because you're making something that is almost a brand new flavour that wasn't in either of the original ones.
Yeah.
So this is about having a bit of fun, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
and I get how many people at home have got an infinity bottle? That's the question, because that's the one. That's ultimately what you're doing with your infinity bottle, isn't it? You're taking the bottom of that one that's empty. You're trying to clear up all the drams on the shelf that are nearly finished, and you're sticking it in the decanter. And that's you. You've created your own blend.
Exactly.
Nice.
Constantly evolving.
Exactly.
We've got Stu Bro here. He's saying, "Hey people, how goes it? We're good, Stu. We're all good. We're excited.
Stars as well. Let's talk about stars very quickly. We're here. We're doing
Show
a live.
some support.
Show some support. Give the guys some stars. Facebook.
We'll buy Peter a beer with some stars.
Exactly.
I'll hold you to it.
Send those stars. Support the guys. Let's go.
Very good evening, all. Good evening, Daniel. Thanks for joining us.
Daniel's
Adrian
here. Thanks,
Williams
Daniel.
is saying good evening.
Good evening, Adrian. Nice to see you. The big PB's in. Dwayne's in.
Dwayne's shouting hi to us all.
Shouting.
Are these the regulars?
All the regulars.
We've got regulars.
Hello.
Chris Davies, evening all. Very excited today to blend with a master.
As are we, Chris. As are we.
So
absolutely.
An accolade.
Then Tampre. Yeah, Tampre. I know you weren't feeling well on the last draw, so it's nice to have you back. Hopefully you're feeling better. Good evening, Tanner. Good evening, Jim Gray's here. First time mixing for Jim. I am a few minutes back on the comments, so we'll catch up.
Yeah, we do. We always are.
Good evening. Looks exciting. Linda, nice to have you back. Welcome back.
Thanks, Linda.
Evening all, says Ian Campbell. Good evening, Ian. Sarah Thwaites says, sorry, I'm late. Don't worry, Sarah. You know how it is. We'll have a wee ramble for the first 10, 15 minutes.
We'll be here till midnight anyway, Sarah. Don't worry about it.
I think Peter's got a train to catch.
Peter's face.
Good evening, Jamie. Gemma Barber. Evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Hello, Gemma.
Evening, Donna. It's my first time for a blending session, says Nikki. Nice one, Nikki.
Good.
Mine too. I think you've done one previously.
I've done one many moons ago with another brand, and it was great. It was really good. So I'm looking forward to doing something again.
Especially with Wemyss. To me, they're my favourite blenders. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm a sucker for all the core range now that I've been lucky enough to meet the Wemyss girls who filled me up with some samples, and they're watching in the background.
They're in the house. They're trying to be quiet. They're over there trying to be quiet, but we're going to get raucous eventually. Just enjoy it. Who else have we got?
Very interesting evening. Yes, Paul, it is indeed.
Yes, Paul.
Thanks for tuning in. Big shout out to the YouTube massive, says Dwayne. Evening all, no blending kit, but here for the giggles. Kevin, that's what it's about. And listen, if you're watching without a blending kit,
make your own.
Exactly.
Do it.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is you'll get a wee lesson on kind of how to blend.
If you weren't lucky enough to get one, you could grab a couple of single malts off the shelf and just do the same thing.
If anyone viewing doesn't have a blending kit right now, what to do is go to your cupboard wherever you keep your whiskey. Get yourself a lowland malt. Get yourself a Highland malt, or a kind of more chunky Speyside malt, something with a wee bit of grunt to it.
Okay.
They're going to be the base, and then get yourself a sweet one, so a more light sweet Speyside one.
Okay.
That'll be trying to imitate the Hive.
Right.
If we're trying to imitate the Spice King, get something that's maybe a wee bit more island, that's got a little bit more pepper to it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking perhaps a Sky Distillery could be a good one to use. And Peat Chimney, well, obviously, get yourself something Isla. So anything from Isla that's got a bit of peat in it will work there. So if you don't have one of the kits,
great.
Pour yourself 5 drams and have a wee go with us.
That sounds great.
And
that
also,
sounds great.
If you did receive a kit, a big shout out to the team at Wemyss. What a package that was to receive. It was way better than what I'd first ever imagined. To be honest, I was delighted. When I got the kit and had a look. Back to the comments quickly. Stu's doing wet October, as are me and Simon.
It's been a week for it anyway.
Good
this
evening,
week.
Johnny. Lol Harvey on H2O. Feeling parts, Suzanne. Feeling parts. It's a Sunday, which normally means I've had a few beers or whiskies on the Saturday.
He'll be dipping in. He'll be dipping in soon enough. Fine. Don't worry.
biding my time here.
Also, it's worth saying, website. We did some work on the website this week, upgrading, making some changes. So we know there's been a couple of little issues with making purchases on the site. If you've not been able to make a purchase, you can still try get on there and get some of the final tickets available for this incredible prize tonight.
Yeah, super exciting. Genuinely
amazing.
We've,
one of the best prizes we've done.
Yeah, we've worked hard with the team at Wemyss to put just a whole range of prizes together, and I think we've come up with a seriously good,
pretty tasty single casks.
Yeah. There's some of them
involved
amazing.
there.
Yeah, there are, and 10. I think whoever it is will be needing a trip to IKEA. Get themselves a new whiskey shelf.
10 whiskies in the post. That was something else.
I know, the postman.
I know.
What do we think? Are we ready to get fired in?
You want to start?
So,
Yeah, we can start. I mean, we're. I don't know where you are on comments. I'm absolutely miles behind. So.
No, I'm here.
Are you right up? Are you right up top?
John, don't worry. You're not too late. Shall we? What time are we at?
Yeah, we've been 20 minutes. We've been 20 minutes.
Another quarter to 3 minutes just for those joining.
Yeah.
But we've got
get those comments in.
Jim Gray. Shout out to Honor who's watching. Good evening, Honor.
Nice wee tag as well. Nice wee tag.
Good
Appreciate
evening,
that.
Denise. Thanks for
Denise
tuning in.
Dwayne's asking if I'm getting let loose tonight. Not tonight, Dwayne. I'm going to take it easy tonight.
Yeah. That's I'm the one that's getting let loose.
Designated driver tonight, unfortunately. So Harvey will be the one. He'll be blending along with you. I think that's the idea, and he's going to be experiencing it.
Looking forward to it.
Which is going to be great.
Lynn, I hope Mark's managed to get the night off to blend with you. If not, like I said, it can all be watched back on YouTube and Facebook. Right, what we thinking? We're getting ready to blend.
I think so. Maybe let's talk a wee bit about Scotch whisky first off. Like, what is it, and basics. What we doing here? Like,
for sure.
What's our components and why are we doing what we're doing? Let's start off there.
Yeah.
So Scotch whisky is a category. Your viewers, as I'm sure most of them will know, is you've got malt whisky, you've got grain whisky, and to be called Scotch whisky, it needs to be produced using cereal. For grain whisky, you can use wheat or corn or really whatever's cheapest at the time. A little bit of malt whisky, a little bit of malted barley. It needs to be aged for 3 years and a day in oak casks, and totally natural, so you don't add any enzymes or anything like that. Grain whisky is generally a lot lighter. It's produced in a continuous still. That means it's always running, and this is really bulk production. There's 7 of them in Scotland, and that makes up the bulk of whisky that goes into blended whisky, blended Scotch. The other side of it is malt whisky. So malt whisky really is that is where you get a richer flavour. It's produced by pot still distillation. So if anyone's visited a distillery, more than likely it's going to be in Scotland. It's going to be an old school malt distillery. With those lovely big copper stills and everything. I don't think folk really visit grain distilleries like. It's not really something that's done.
Just a big continuous, a big column.
It's not very romantic.
No, it's not that. It's not that romantic.
So, but malt distilleries. So what that adds in for blended whiskey is it adds a bit of flavour. So you get all these different categories. You can get single cask whiskey from either a grain distillery or a malt distillery, and we've got some here. I'm sure we'll talk a wee bit about maybe later if we have some time. But for malt whiskey, really there's about 130, 140 malt distilleries in Scotland. The other category that we're going to be looking at tonight and what we're actually doing tonight is blended malt. So there's no grain whiskey in it.
Okay.
But what we have in our 5 wee samples here is all malt distilleries. So they're all from different regions, different distilleries. Every distillery has its own wee character, its own personality. From light, sweet to heavy to really, chunky, smoky. I mean, you look at the Scotch whisky flavour wheel and the amount of different flavour you get in that's preposterous. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So making blended whisky is really about trying to make more than the sum of its parts. And what we're going to do in a wee minute is I think everyone should just pour a little bit of each dram into a wee Glencairn, and let's just have a nose of them individually. because I want to do a wee bit of playing about first before we go into properly blending.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Just in terms of the distilleries having different character there, you mentioned each distillery's got its own sense of character. Where does that come from? What builds that character? Is that the distiller and the company creating a specific profile, or is it coming from the grain? Is it coming from the water? Is it coming from the still? Combination of everything.
That's a great question, and I think you hit the nail on the head there. It does it's the sum of its parts. It's the nature of the raw materials. Is it peated barley? The water that's used.
Yeah.
A big part of where a distillery gets its flavour from, in my view, is the length of fermentation, what yeasts you use as well, but we'll not get too geeky tonight. And then how you distill it. How do you run the stills? If you run the stills really fast, really hot, you carry over a lot more heavier congeners, heavier molecular weight compounds up the still, over the neck and into the condenser. So you get more weight in the spirit, but it's the condenser. Condensers are a really important thing as well. So if you use an old worm tub condenser, like see if you've seen old films or pictures of stills
Big
with
spiral into the bucket.
the snake in the barrel into a bucket. Exactly. Yeah. So that's called a worm tub condenser, and that gives you a really meaty, chunky spirit. We're going to actually have a look at one in a wee second.
Great.
Or you can get shell and tube condensers, which is a lot lighter. Like what we use in Kingsbarns, we're aiming for a really light, fruity style of spirit. So we use this shell and tube condenser. So yeah, it really is the sum of its parts. And then that's just talking about the spirit. We've not even talked about what would you put it in. So if you put it into a bourbon barrel, you get vanilla and sweetness. You put it into a sherry cask, you're going to get more squashed raisins, Christmas cake, all the rest. Whether it's European oak or American oak. So and
some Scottish oak actually. We did. I think we were looking at some Scottish oak.
The new Fertica.
Cool.
Which is
That's a nice idea.
Which is very nice. Yeah. Pretty rare.
Yeah.
Pretty rare.
Tried to get my hands. Glenallachie, they did a 15-year-old in Scottish oak.
Oh right. And you tasted
No,
it?
We've not had it. We were trying to get hold of it. We couldn't. But interesting.
The oak seems to be rarer than the whiskey.
Yeah.
Seems to be. Seems to be the case. But just before we go on as well, we've got a few more questions in.
Yeah, you could be peppered.
We covered a lot there, I suppose.
We did.
You could be peppered with questions here just before we actually get started.
You did cover this, but Adrian was asking the difference between single malt and single grain. I think you covered that in detail. So hopefully you're an expert on that now, Adrian.
Single malt from one distillery, single grain from one grain distillery. So a single malt is from one malt distillery.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where the name comes from.
Yeah. And Jamie asked, what's the make of barley most used by Wemyss? I think.
So that's a good question. The whole industry changes every 10 to 15 years, and it basically goes from how much alcohol can you get out of your grains, and really it's agronomic yield. How much can the farmer grow in his field? And then it's the yield in the distillery itself. So how much can the distiller squeeze out of that ton of barley? And every 10 to 15 years, there's a new variety that might be a little bit more disease-proof or weather-proof or wind-resistant, or see if you can even squeeze 2 or 3 liters of more whiskey out of a ton of malt. Then the whole industry will move over to that. So at the moment we're on Laureate barley, but 5 years ago we did a bit of concerto barley. So it does chop and change a wee bit.
Great, love that. Jim Gray sent some stars as well, I think. Shout out to Jim Gray for the
Thank you very much,
Appreciate
Jim.
that, Jim.
Thanks.
Thank you very much for supporting us.
Most important comment of the night so far. The hair looks great, Harvey.
Yeah,
Thanks very much, Stu. Thanks, mate.
The curtains have gone.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord.
Ditch the curtains. Saves me a lot of time in the morning. So trying to be productive now, so I had to ditch the
You can
curtains.
concentrate on the comments rather than fixing his hair every 2 seconds. That's
Quite
the
a regime
difference.
involved in
That-
that there.
That's the real time
It's
difference.
the energy bills. It's and the hairdryer. That's what it was.
Who else have we got?
Adrian drank a single grain and really liked it. Can
Yeah,
you
they're
remember?
great.
Awesome. Can you remember what that was, Adrian? I've tried a couple and I've never remembered the name. I've mentioned it a few times on
Some
here.
of them are really good.
They're different, eh?
They're
They're
totally
very
different.
I've got
Yeah.
Scotch Malt Whisky Society one, and it's lovely, and it's just totally different.
It's a lot you find it's quite a short finish?
Very short, yeah. It's
Yeah.
very short. It's very high ABV as well, so it's really punchy, but it's just different. It's a different profile.
Yeah,
altogether.
definitely.
nice to
yeah.
Quite
experiment.
interesting. It's different. Yes, it's very interesting.
Invergordon, that's what.
Yes,
Adrian had.
Invergordon's good
Nice.
stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice, well done, Adrian.
Oh, there it is. Isaac's first dig of the night. What's the name of your new boy band, Harvey? Good one. Nice one. Harvey's curtains are gone and Simon's hair is still receding.
Oh wow, who's that?
Who? That's Stu. Stu's giving you a pasting already. Couldn't help myself.
Stu, it's only been half an hour. You know, you're on have a couple of drams before you start laying into me.
I have a couple of Invergordon single grains. The 50th anniversary
Oh,
was
wow.
lovely.
That's
Nice one,
great.
Dwayne.
That's great.
Learning that some blends need a wee bit of ice or water to improve the flavour. There you are. Yeah, definitely. That's how you like it. Eh?
Depends on what country you're in as well. See, I was drinking whiskey over in like Cambodia, and it was like you couldn't drink it as you would normally.
Yeah.
You need a bit of ice in it.
Yeah.
So it depends on where you are and how you feel. Definitely.
What
aye.
was your drama choice in
Oh,
Cambodia?
God, it would have been it was whatever blend was behind the
Right.
bar. I've got a
They're not
feeling it was
Weems.
like
They have a Weems in Cambodia. What are these two doing?
yeah, get your act together.
Nice one. Right. Next steps then. Next steps.
Next, I think you're going to start nosing some.
Yeah, let's know some whiskey,
yeah.
shall we? Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. So what we've got here, we've got a few different flavor profiles. So you'll see that we've got a couple of bottles here that have the weights on them. So we've got a single weight, which is our lighter lowland style whiskey, and that's the scale with a single weight. And then we've got the heavier weights, which is 3 weights on the scale. So that is obviously got a bit more grunt to it.
Right.
Bit-
Okay.
So we're
more
thinking
weight.
Highland Speyside for something heavier.
Yeah, for the heavier one, what we're using is a Highland.
Okay.
It's a Highland distillery. It's worm tub. Remember we're talking about those condensers.
Yeah.
So it gives you a wee bit more chunk in the spirit. Still got good sweetness to it.
Mhm.
But the one with the single weight, as you might have guessed, like if you're thinking about quite a light fruity style of whiskey, you might think more lowlands, and that's exactly what this is. Lowland whiskey. So we'll open that up. Let's have a wee nose at it.
Yeah, just as you're opening it there, Loz has also been drinking whiskey in Cambodia. I said it had no label and thinks it was made in a bathtub. So
Yeah, it's
that
pretty
sounds. I'm
dodgy gear.
Yeah, he's fortunate to still have his eyesight by the sounds of it. So nice one, Lawrence. That's great.
I thought they looked like French fancy cakes on the scales.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
glad to see you got your blending kit and it came through to you, mate. Jimmy got his first win with us last week. Big supporter. So we love
Legend.
Jimmy.
He manifested that one, Jimmy.
They manifested hard for a long time to get that win. So chuffed.
A few years ago, had to try this one, of course, South African Baines Cape Mountain Single Grain whiskey.
Nice,
Not bad for the
nice.
change. Nice. It's got the Bain in it. That's why he's gone for that one, Baino. Do you have flavours
It's a good question.
in your mind when you first start, i.e. coffee, raisins, fruit, or is it distill and wait and see? That's a good question.
That is, it depends. Really, yes, you want to be trying to achieve a certain flavor profile, something that suits the brand and something that suits what you think the market is lacking, or what you think is going to be a whiskey that's going to sell at the end of the day. What we've got here is we've got the Hive, which and the Spice King and the Peat Chimney, but they're all blended from the same base. So that's the interesting
That
thing
is
about
interesting.
it.
Yeah, I
We
didn't know that.
make a base first, and that's what we're about.
And again, I guess the same question is not from the distillation point of view, but from the blending point of view. I assume that was tackled with or approached with like, all right, okay, we're going to create these different flavor profiles to cover the sort of scope of different flavors. That
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
find typically.
Try and get some of the spectrum. You're never going to get all of it, but
Yeah.
try and get some of the interesting wee nuances of different flavors. And so what we're doing is we're going to make that base, but we're adding on another one of 3 malts here to get a bit of character about it.
Okay.
To really hit on and champion that distillery character a little bit.
Fab.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're starting off with your nose in and getting involved in the base, the 2 base.
Yeah, exactly. So whenever you
that we've
start a
got here.
blending session, first of all, you need to know what you're working with before you start. So it's very important to have a nose of all your samples first and to understand what's the foundation here.
Is there one of the two that you should be starting with specifically?
So I would just have a nose of the single weight.
Right,
just
so,
for that.
yeah,
Don't
we're
know if
starting
you
with
want to pour one yourself, Harvey.
Yeah,
or-
I've got a glass here if you have.
Nice.
Enjoy. So Stuart's, yeah, which one would you start with? Stuart, start with the single weight
the single weight.
distillate
Yeah.
there. That's probably the lighter of the two. It's going to give you a bit more of a chance to move
Yeah.
up.
And for those blended at home, we're not pouring anything in.
Not
Elsewhere,
pouring
we're
anything
just-
in
we're just
yet.
getting a
No,
nose.
we're literally just seeing what we're starting with. Let's get an idea of what we're working with first and foremost.
How are you feeling about doing your tasting notes next to Peter there?
Oh, do you know? I've just realised that that might come into the question. Listen,
So next question.
my line is
Harvey, what-
my line is I'm a whiskey lover, not an expert, so that's my cop out every time.
But
Wait
general overview, it is a light whiskey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you're picking up maybe is light floral, fruity, but what
Yeah.
kind of fruits would you say we're going into? Or would you say something different completely? What were you picking up on?
Light, floral, and fruity is exactly what I was thinking there. Yeah,
Just wait for whatever he says, then
Yeah.
nod your head.
yeah.
So
What-
You do yourself a disservice, Harvey, because I know you've got a good palate.
yeah.
It's the main thing about this is it's a great base. So this is really where we're going to be getting if you think about blending like painting a picture, painting a painting, this is the blank canvas really, and this is what everything is going to be built upon. You can add all these dashes of color with the rest of the malts we're going to play with, but it's very important to have something solid, a foundation, a base, a blank canvas that we're working on, and see if you have like a light, fairly elegant style of whiskey, something that's got its own character and its own nuances in its own right, but it needs to be built upon. So it's certainly a little bit lemony. I don't know if folk are maybe picking up.
Yeah, let us know what you're getting at
Yeah.
home. Let's start getting some tasting notes in. If you're at home and you're nosing this single weight, the first one that we're trying here, this is the first base distillate that we've got. Let us know what you're getting. Let us know. What did we say? We said floral, fruity, bit of lemon. You said is in
Tiny wee
there.
touch of lemon, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let us know what we find in.
it'd be
Chris
fascinating to see what people make.
Chris
yeah.
Collins says, "Sorry, I'm late."
Not a
But
problem, Chris.
Chris, it's not a problem that you're late, but it's a problem you've left an angry face on Facebook. What's going on there? What's happened?
Stu's asking which whiskey is this? This
Sorry,
is the
Chris,
first
go again.
one. Stu with the single weight base. So we're going for the single weight. Adrian Williams is getting a bit of vanilla in there.
Yep, vanilla's definitely there.
Yeah, definitely vanilla in there. Stuart Barnett is getting a little bit of light citrus, which is great. I think that's exactly what you were talking about there. Nicky Collins has got a little bit of coconut actually, which is nice. That's
I was
interesting.
actually going to go
You get a little
probably
bit-
more for banana. Eh?
Yeah,
Oh,
banana.
yes.
Was
Okay.
probably what I was getting. But do you know what? I've got to really not be shy because I want you at home to feel like you can comment whatever you're smelling.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not going to be shy. I'm certainly not going to smell exactly the same things as Peter. I can't imagine, but I'll just tell
It's
you.
totally subjective. Everyone's got their own taste. and
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah, and I also do find that it does become very suggestive as well. So when somebody does tell you, then I think you're not putting it on by saying, "Oh, I also get that." I think it helps you recognize it.
Yeah.
More than anything else. So people, you say lemon, you're going to get a lot of people going, "Oh, that's what I was
Yeah,
getting,
big
but I
time.
couldn't quite put my finger on it."
I'm getting a
Um,
bit fairy liquor there.
Jim Gray's
Yeah.
got a bit of lemon actually, which is good. Yeah, Fairy Liquid's an interesting one because it's quite citric,
Yeah.
soapy. It's got
That's the first time I've heard that in a
is
whiskey
it?
tasting, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I've
a
heard
good
that
one.
before in
Oh,
whiskey
you have you?
tastings. Yeah, I have the
that's
soapy,
cool.
the
With
soapy
me,
element
you've-
with him. Yeah. Every time, every week. Jamie Reynolds is getting caramel and light toffee, which is interesting. That's great. Jimmy's getting the foam bananas. Is that what you
Foam
were
bananas
you
is,
getting? Like
yeah.
banana peel foam bananas?
Probably like brown banana, like ripe, proper overripe bananas. But
Laws is saying lots of bourbon cask. Lots of bourbon
Yeah.
cask in that. He's saying John's getting citrusy, which is great.
Lemon cheesecake.
Lemon cheesecake, lovely. Yeah, Gary's getting lemon. Lemon's opened up the comments for people. People are definitely getting lemon. Mel's got marzipan, which is good. It's a good tasting note. Marzipan. Mel's getting a bit. Very interesting. Suzanne says doesn't have a tasting kit, but she's learning. Suzanne, grab a couple of drams out the cupboard and just play along.
glad
There's
you're enjoying it
plenty
so
to
far,
do.
Suzanne.
Absolutely.
Glad
So-
I'm
Stu Bro's at it.
tastes like kippers.
We've got a general idea of what the nose is like.
Yeah.
The nose is the important thing in whiskey blending as well.
Yeah.
Very little is on the taste initially.
Yeah.
I sat down with an old whiskey blender when we were looking at King's Barn stuff early doors, didn't even taste it. He was just nosing
Just nosed it.
just
Wow.
nosing the new make spirit, and that was it. You
Is
know,
that because once you start drinking it, is it affecting your taste too much when you start?
I think it's important for the taste because, especially mature samples, whether you're getting heat or not, and
Yeah.
heat can be a good thing. You
Yeah,
can get like ginger, you can get chili, and this can be a positive attribute. But if you're looking for maybe something with a bit more roundness, a bit more smooth, if you want to use that word,
Yeah.
then you need to have a taste of it. That's important. But a lot of it is in the nose.
Is this my cue to taste it?
I would say let's have a wee taste.
Craig's
of it
got
then.
Fairy, which I still can't believe it's not called Fairy Up Liquid, because I called it Fairy Up Liquid for about 30 years.
Really?
Yeah, I always thought it was called Fairy Up Liquid for some reason.
Weird
Yeah, I know.
guy.
Weird guy. Fairy washing up liquid. Stu Bro gets citrus peel. John Maxwell's talking about banana sweets. Susie Main's getting marzipan as well.
Yeah, which is funny because that's exactly, sometimes it takes somebody to plant the seed, like we were
Yeah,
saying, and that
yeah,
must
yeah.
be after you saw the comment there.
Ben's joined us. Ben Teese, nice to see you, Ben. Another regular at Whisky Club.
I've a Glenlivet 12, but bottled in 2001. Open. Can I use
Absolutely.
that? Of course
Absolutely.
Oh, aye,
Yeah.
Just
Crack on.
just start. Yeah. Just crack
Fairy
on.
Up Liquid, you're getting slagged now.
Fairy Up Liquid. I don't know why. I'm sure that was one of those Mandela effect things. I'm sure people thought it was called Fairy Up Liquid.
Jamie, like what I was saying there,
Great, Jamie.
don't
Great.
don't be embarrassed just to say what you smell. Like Fairy Liquid sounded like a daft one, but definitely somebody else has got it already. So you never know.
a good thing to do whiskey tastings and whiskey blendings with others, because like you said before, people just throw ideas at each other,
Yeah.
and you can come to a consensus, but
Yeah.
it's always more fun to drink with folk, whether it's online or in person.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting night, says Laws, for kicking off with Fairy Liquid. He says Tide Pods will be up on the next one. So that'll be good.
Have we sampled it?
Yes, let's have a wee taste.
You had a taste? Yeah, crack on. Jamie Reynolds, he's getting butterscotch, which is good. What one are we tasting?
Nice.
Isaac, we're on the single weight. This is one of the base. So it's got the weights on it, it's got a single weight on it, and the other one's got 3 weights. So
And
it's
Stuart
lighter.
there saying didn't feel much eating that. Not at all.
No.
Not at all. But which is good. It shows we're on the right track with the light whiskey there, right?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
imagine
Yeah,
that's the idea.
Love this from Simon Hogg. It's so interesting. Doesn't know if he's actually tasting lemon or if he's just the psychology of everybody saying lemon means he tastes lemon.
Infiltrated. Yeah.
Which I think it could be. Yeah, it could be a bit of both. I don't know. It could be. I always say a palate is the ability just to put your finger on what it is you're smelling and tasting. I think a lot of it is being able to articulate what it is you can smell or taste. So somebody gives you that little bit of an offering. They sort of they take you halfway, then you can start to really you start to experience lemon.
Again, we'll just grab that one. Yeah, I'm glad you're watching now, and then when you finish work, Daniel, tomorrow hopefully you'll get a chance to use what you've learned today and create your own blend.
Tell you what, couple here. Sarah Thwaites has always called it Fairy Up Liquid.
Two weirdos.
And
You
Fraser, same with the Fairy Up Liquid. Telling you, that's a thing. People think it's Fairy Up Liquid.
Caution: do not use Fairy Up Liquid as a base.
Chris Davies, good melon and a bit of grapefruit from Chris Davies, which is good.
Kevin Stoddart is getting Yorkshire pudding.
Yorkshire pudding. Wow.
I think Kevin.
That's a good one.
He has good Yorkshire puddings every Sunday though. That's the joke, I think.
Love this from Dwayne. We just get that. I'm not partaking tonight, but I'd just like to say this is great viewing. A side of things I want to know more of. Thanks, guys. Dwayne, thank you so much for tuning in. It's great to have you as always.
Yeah, thank you.
Yorkshire pudding, Kevin, love it. What are you guys getting on the
palate? Definitely kind of following through with that citrus,
but
for me,
light, fruity, really easy to drink actually.
Yeah, it's a solid dram. I mean, like I said, it's a good base.
Yeah.
Light, fruity, bit of sourness to it, maybe kind of lemon or lime wine gums, that sort of thing.
Oh wow!
But relatively short finish.
Nice.
Great.
Can I get a wee bit of water?
Yeah, of course you can.
Cheers.
Okay, so that was the palette of the single weight.
Yeah, single weight. So I think maybe let's
Moving
have a
on.
little let's have a little nose of the heavier category here with the dram that has the 3 weights on the scale.
Stuart Barnett's jumped the gun. He's already flying into it. The 3-weight one. He says he's getting caramel, coffee, and a bit of heat. So good notes from Stuart Barnett there.
You would definitely imagine that. Like they're heavier notes, aren't they?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely the coffee especially.
This one, yeah.
Yep, that's it. Aye. So at this point, we're really just seeing what we're working with. What are again, to use the painting analogy, what's each base color? Yes, we're going to add these colors together to come up with new colors and new novel tastes as well. And that's really what this is all about. But at the moment, we need to know what we're working with before we start blending.
Peter Mel's asking, did you have a strong sense of smell when you first started? Has it improved over time?
Well, that's a good question. I think it's probably improved, but it's just I think your sense of smell starts off really very sensitive, and you get a lot when you're a kid. And see if you think about like childhood, like what you remember from your smells from childhood.
Yeah.
Like it just taps into your memory.
That's the nostalgia thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
like when you smell something, it's like, and it's like, wow, it takes you back to when I was 5 years old.
It's amazing how like evocative that is. It's like it's primal. So I think your smell, you probably lose your smell as you get older.
Yeah.
But what you gain is a way to articulate it. Like you said before, articulating is the big thing about doing a whiskey tasting. How can you convey to others what you sense and what you're picking up?
Yeah.
And that can be flavors, or that can be memories, or that can be I like to just have fun with whiskey, you know. Don't make it too serious.
Definitely.
Oh, we're getting some great tasting notes in actually, but I want to hear from you guys a little bit about what you're
for this one.
I've got some flying in already, tasting, so interesting to see what you're getting.
It's so different, isn't it? Like
I've not tried it yet. Here we go. Yeah, I get a bit coffee, I think, in there, like but the coffee bean, not drinking coffee.
Okay, yeah. One of the best smells in the world, actually, when you pop open a bag of coffee beans.
It's lovely, isn't it?
What else? What other?
Getting some great comments, actually. Jimmy Farthing has gone. This is so interesting, actually. There's a lot of coffees and chocolates, and Jimmy's getting melon. Says it reminds him of Japanese hakushu whiskey, which is so interesting. Ooh. Gary Grockett's getting coffee, and he says chocolate. We've got burnt oak and toffee, dark chocolate, butterscotch. So there's definitely a theme here where they're recognizing and picking up that it's a much deeper
something
flavor
savory
profile.
About it as well.
Savory.
But you can tell there's a lot more chunk to that. Like go back to your first one and see how different it is.
That's great. From Craig S is getting wood resin, which is interesting. Very woody wood resin sort of smell. Not sure something else. He can't quite place his finger on it. Craig, keep your eyes on the comments, and you'll see maybe somebody else picks it up and you start to recognize it as well. Jim Gray's getting coffee and dark sugar, which is good.
And John Maxwell as well. I see a comment there. He is also getting melon, almost floral taste there.
Nice.
Nicky's getting a bit of apple there. So we've got a mix of kind of your wood, your chocolate, your coffee, toffee, caramel flavors, along with more floral and fruity from other people.
That's interesting.
Toffee apple on that one there, a combo of them both. Well done, Gary. Nice one.
That's a nice taste.
Nice one.
That's nice.
That is good. Definitely getting wood, sawdust, joiners workshop. Interesting. There it is. That's exactly it.
Sawdust is a good one. That's
putting your finger
out
on
sometimes.
The thing I think what's quite important about this is the difference between the weight of both of these. So the first one is a hell of a lot lighter. You're getting a lot more kind of citrusy, shorter notes. It's not got as much grunt to it. Whereas this one, the second one with the three weights to it, you can smell. It's got a lot heavier. You know what I mean? It's and that's from the worm tub condenser that's used there.
Yeah.
So they're condensing a lot of the kind of the heavier congeners out of the spirit. Yes, you mature some of that out in the cask.
Is that typically hotter? The way that the stills ran, if they're using that type of condenser?
It's basically less copper contact as well. So copper's a big flavour imparter. So The first one, you're getting a hell of a lot of copper contact on that.
Okay.
So copper's taking away sulfur.
Yeah.
Sulfur's the thing that gives you kind of that meaty taste. Whereas when you use a worm tub condenser with the 3 weight, the heavier whiskey number 2, you're getting a lot more sulfur carried over into the spirit, and that sulfur brings flavour. I don't know if folk have had a wee taste of this yet, but it's a little bit more spice to it as well.
Yeah.
A little bit more heat to it.
Great.
Mel's putting too much in his glass. He's dipping his nose in it.
He's got a wet nose. It's 10 minutes in.
He's either got a big schnoz or he's filled his glass. John's getting a kick to that one. Yeah, it's definitely got more of a kick than the first one we tried for sure. An exciting dram, says Stu. I like that.
Nice, yeah.
Joe Monroe, good evening, Joe.
Hello,
Thanks
Joe.
for tuning in.
Nice to see you, Joe.
Certainly opening my nose to a bit more complex scents as opposed to the single weight.
Love that, Jamie.
Yeah,
It's great.
nice one.
It's great.
Wouldn't the heavier one be like pointing on a black canvas as opposed to a white? Painting on a black canvas as opposed to a white canvas. Like,
So what we've got here,
using your analogy.
That's
For-
interesting.
we've got the blank canvas in number 1 dram. So that's just us starting out with a nice foundation to work upon. What we're drinking here in the second one, that's the glue that holds it all together. So this is the important thing that's going to help to stick together all those other malts that if we were blending a proper blend that we would want to incorporate into the liquid. You need something that's going to hold it all together, because you can't just have the light whiskey along with your more flavored where you get a lot of the either sweetness, the spiciness, or the peat. If you just had the light whiskey with quite a short finish, with no weight to it whatsoever, it's going to be really difficult for those flavors to kind of integrate properly. When we start to add like a sweet Speyside, say, in to get the hive, you're going to get quite a bit of disjointed. It's not going to taste right.
Right.
So that's where this bit of weight comes in to help to kind of meld all those flavors in together and make it work really.
And for these two base, do you add in these 50-50, or is that also
No.
part of the decision making?
So that's a good question. So for the what we're starting out with the base, we're starting out with a proportion. It's more like kind of 40% of the entire makeup of the blend. Then we're going to add about 30% of the glue of the dram number 2. So actually it's almost 50-50. But there's certainly a wee bit more of the lighter one in there. And what I think might be quite interesting if people have enough dram is maybe to blend these two together and have a little look at what the base blend is gonna taste like, because what we're doing next is we're going to make a base blend that we're then going to add more flavor on top of, with one of 3 drams later on.
Great.
Nice. Let's do it.
Stu Bro is says he's getting wood, and it's been taken the wrong way by everybody.
Oh, I'm getting wood too. It's an exciting dram, right? Okay. Maybe I've missed that one as well, Stu, and you've got me a big one there. David, you're very welcome, mate. Thanks for grabbing a couple of tickets. Hopefully you're getting involved tonight.
Yeah.
Wood with a chocolate undertone. Nice one.
Good.
Jamie agrees. Adds to the presence in the mouth. Has a lingering feel, giving us more time to guess what flavours we get. Nice. The smell from Shed says the smell reminds me of the inside of an old antique bookcase from my mother's
Superb.
house. There, it's like
Superb.
smell and memory.
That's so good.
That's good.
That's so
That's
good.
very cool.
Yeah, I've said it probably 10 times.
Springbank 10.
Springbank
I
10.
know
Me and my
exactly what you're
dad
gonna say.
at the exact same time. Reminds us of a cupboard in my granddad's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy Farthing's wife's not impressed.
Sniffed all 5 and gone. They all smell like whiskey. I'm going for a bath and walked out. My wife just come in. Okay, got you.
Great. What's the next? The next step?
I think maybe what we should do is let's try and make the base now, just so that we can have a little
Yeah, for
play
sure.
about. Let's see what these two whiskies taste like when they're interacting with one another. So probably to make the base, what we're going to want is about 40% of the entire final blend to be number 1 dram.
Okay.
So number 1 dram
out, folks.
with the single weight.
Yeah.
Now you're maybe going to have to help me with this a wee bit.
Yeah, no problem.
But I believe we're trying to make up something that's eventually going to be about 100 mils in volume.
For the base.
For the base, so that if we're going to end up with 40% plus 30%, that's going to be about 70 mils all in all.
Okay.
For the base blend, the mix of the single weight and the triple weight there.
Okay.
So when we measure out for the 100 mils, when we try and measure out the 40 mils of the lighter one, and we'll put that into our little ready made up.
Love the beaker.
Beaker.
So you've got a test tube at home, and you've got a beaker. We're looking for about 40 mils of the. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get 40 mils out of this. We'll see.
Finished. We've had too much of that one.
You guys are sharing.
Yeah.
So you guys are both. So at home you should.
There we go.
Perfect.
40.
Well, there we go. We're bang on. We've got 40 mils of the single weight base blend.
So
base malt.
it's 40 mils of the light whiskey, the Lowland whiskey that we were looking at,
Fab.
number one dram with the single weight in it. And then we're going to add 30 mils of the heavier stuff, the worm tub condenser, as I like to call it.
Yep.
Wee bit more chunk to it. So 30 mils of that, and that'll end up with our base malt,
And there's
blended malt.
some more in there.
Laws has dropped his test tube, so
Oh,
that's,
nightmare.
we've got a first casualty at home. There's single malt all over the carpet at Laws's
Oh,
house.
dear.
Yeah. Laws is in the bad boot.
Oh, he always is in the
He's
bad
in
boots, to
trouble.
be
Like,
fair.
and Stu says it would pair well with a curly whirly. You know why he's saying that? Because he wants you to do a bit of curly whirly.
I'm not doing any ASMR today.
Yeah,
We've got
for sure.
guests. We've got guests.
So I think let's
yeah.
maybe have a little nose and probably just a wee nose of our mix here.
So that was 40 and 30. Created
40 and 30. So we've created something that's 70 mils.
Is everybody at home? It's like Blue Peter, actually. It's like Whiskey Blue Peter on here. Is everybody following along okay? We've got 40 mils of the weight and 30 of the triple weight. So
Should have had one prepared.
We should have
earlier.
Yeah,
Should say.
yeah. And then that'll be your base blend. So you're going to stick that in a Glencairn, have a nose, have a taste, and let's see what impact that's had. So you've done your tasting notes for both individually. What's the result when you're adding them together?
And of course, blenders, they're never going to be. This is like ideal conditions. You always where you're going to have malts that you know what they're going to end up like. In the real world, what we end up doing is you're not going to have a supply of a specific amount of whiskey from every distillery that you want.
Yeah.
So you need to mix and match and work out what distillery is similar to that one.
So, for example, of the 40 mils that you created, that was the single. You might have to create that 40 mil from multiple.
You could do, yeah.
Potentially.
You could do, yeah. Or you'd have to try and find a distillery that was similar to your base malt.
Yeah.
And utilize that.
It starts to get complex at that point.
Big time. That really is. And the other thing is you're doing it probably 8, 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
You're looking at something that's going to be for the future,
and you're trying to make exactly the same thing time and time again.
Yeah. So a blender, what they need to do is they need to be thinking about what distilleries they have available. They need to be thinking about what product they want to make, and what casks it's going to go into, and for how long, and how's the interaction between that spirit and the wood going to happen.
Yeah.
So there's a hell of a lot to take into account there. You need to know your distilleries in Scotland and what they all taste like.
Absolutely.
Again, it's like what we're doing here. You need to know what your building blocks are to make that final painting.
Fab. Well, we've got some tasting notes come in. Shed says he smells the toffee more than previously. Jamie Reynolds is he's on board. He's up to speed. Big PB says he hates maths. Don't worry, we'll keep you ticking along. Don't worry. Jimmy's getting heavy caramel, which he didn't get from either.
That's the awesome thing about
Which
this.
is so interesting.
Cool, yeah.
See, when you add two whiskies together, you end up getting flavors that are not in either of them to start off with.
More of a pastry almost.
Great. Well, Craig's interesting. From Craig says getting a lot more sweetness notes that weren't there before in either, which is interesting as well. Craig's doing the same. Laws, we're going to have a little nose and a little taste of the base. That just gives us an idea of what's happening. Jim Gray's getting a lot more toffee and dark fruit. Really interesting. So everybody's sort of tastes Tastes like pepperami because I've just ate one.
Quite often, if
Yeah,
you
thanks, bro.
use quite a lemony malt to start with, and you add something with a bit more grunt to it, a bit more chunkiness, you end up getting something with a slight orange flavour. Interestingly enough,
All right, okay.
I'm not getting it massively on this, but maybe a little bit of kind of tangerine, like the zestiness. But that's like I say, this is the cool thing about it, is having a play about with it, not being too scared to just have a go, and see what new novel flavors you can create that weren't in either malt to start with.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you got Stuart's up. Did I miss that one? But he's getting caramel with banana, like what people were mentioning before.
Yeah,
he's getting them both together now.
Definitely caramel. Yeah.
Honeycomb, now they're both together. Another interesting one. Spiced still chocolate. Nice.
Tell you what, I think we could end up with some converts tonight. Actually, after this, people start to realise that blending
the art
malt,
behind the blend.
The art it's a different thing. It's a very. I think people can be quite. The single malt is that's what all I drink, and that's what's for me. And they kind of, I think they don't quite understand what goes into maybe blended malt. So it's going to be great to open a few eyes.
The important thing about blends, like for what we're trying to do here, is we're trying to make something consistent as well.
Yeah.
So when somebody opens up a bottle of the Hive, for instance, you know that you're going to be getting something that's relatively similar to the previous one you've had, as similar as you can. So you try and balance creation with trying to get creating something interesting with consistency. We're trying to make sure that there's always going to be a little bit of evolution as some distilleries go out the blend, some new distilleries come into the blend. But you always want to get something that's relatively similar in its overall approach.
Great.
Nice. I would be interested to see like a Hive now to a Hive in, I don't know, 10 years, 10 years, to see the difference, see how side by side, if you could match the
how similar would it be? I always found that interesting.
Well, it really depends what's on the market today, for the level of new make spirit that we're purchasing from different distilleries today, and what casks are available today that we can fill. I was lucky enough late last year to do a wee bit of blending with Isabella and Gordon Beattie over at Wemyss headquarters, and we were looking at what malts we have available now to be able to blend with, and how can we try and match, try and improve even slightly if we can a previous recipe, using slightly older stock, for instance. But we're also looking at what malts, what distilleries can we buy whiskey from, or new make spirit from, and what casks can we buy at the moment, so that in 10 years' time we've got a good supply to provide the building blocks for the future malts.
Got you.
So it's a real rabbit hole to go down. I'm learning all the time. Like this is all new to me. So
yeah, great. There's some great comments actually coming as well. Actually, Liam Upton's got the whole the granddad's homebrew he's getting.
Oh, for the blended
for the
one.
blend, the mix. Yeah, sweetness is very
malty.
heightened. And Laws says he's not getting orange, but he's getting a tang, a citrus zest tang, which is quite interesting. And I love Jamie's actually. He says he's still getting the floral hint in the background that he got from the single weight, but it's not lost.
Yes,
it's actually just enhanced, which I think is amazing.
Yeah, that's an astute comment. I think you still pick up the first one. It's not the heavier whiskey hasn't completely dominated.
Yeah, it's not killed it. Yeah, it's just helped it along, which is great.
Just a quick one I want to answer, Tanpreets. What would your bottle of choice be from the three beside you?
Peat Chimney for me.
Yeah. Peat Chimney for Simon. I think I'm still a sucker for the Hive. I think, although I do, it's between the Hive and the Peat Chimney because I like the Isle of Peat.
Well, that works out beautifully because my favourite's probably the Spice King.
Perfect.
So
one each.
Perfect. Yeah,
one each.
That's good. That is good. We'll have to get some more blending kits when we're finished. Sit here and get hammered.
Great. So we're happy with that base.
Awesome. Yeah. So we got our base malt now. Now what we're going to do? Let's add some colour to this painting.
Yeah.
Before we do that, I think it's important that we work out what we're dealing with first off. people might know what their flavor profile preference is already. We've got really 3 choices here. As you can probably tell, the sweet whiskey is the one with the little honeycomb and the bee on it. So that is a Speyside whiskey, and definitely quite a lot of sweetness to it, maybe a little bit of appliness to it as well. The spiced one, as you could probably tell, little pepper grinder.
Yeah,
that's an island malt, and it certainly fits the bill in terms of that wee pictorial. You get a lot of pepperiness from it, probably a wee bit of salt. I'm giving away too much of the game here. I shouldn't be telling folk what flavours you get.
Right.
Last one, of course, smoke, and it does what it says in the tin. But peat's an interesting thing. You know, you get peat from different areas in Scotland, and each peat produces a different smoke, because peat is basically dead vegetation from thousands of years ago. But it might have been bracken that died. It could have been heather that died. So it depends what's the constituent of the peat itself. And then when you burn it, maybe you get more of a heathery smoke, or you get a real sort of phenolic rancid smoke. It's so peat in itself is a fascinating thing, and I think that's going to be like a for newer distilleries. I think that's going to be a frontier of flavor.
Oh, great.
But that's we're going off track there. Are you a big peat fan?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm
Awesome.
definitely interested in that stuff. So that's great.
Cool. So yeah, we've got a bit to play with there, but let's get some in our glasses and see what they all taste.
And also interested at home, if you're watching this, are you already leaning towards one of the 3, or are you just going to sort of stick it in the glass and nose it and see what happens? Let us know what your sort of what your game plan is.
And also, just correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to ask the Wemyss girl. These were hand designed. All the labels were drawn by Kristen from the Wemyss team. So there's a lot more in this pack than you realise. There's a huge amount of effort from everybody. These they look like they're done on a computer, but she's hand drawn them herself.
Oh, really?
It's really impressive.
Yeah. No, they've been so well behaved and quiet over there. Actually, last time we had live guests, they were getting involved, weren't they?
Well, to beat them off
at the market.
Oh yeah,
just in the background eating crisps and all sorts.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So heading out of view, we've got Kirsty and Amy.
Yes,
so
yes,
they're also involved.
Yeah, at Wemyss _ Kirsty, Wemyss _ Amy.
Yes.
If you
Give
want
them a follow.
This is the
show
hidden
some
team.
support. Yeah, they've been
instrumental.
Well, they've been
They
doing all
have
the hard work, and we just get to turn up on camera and just drink whiskey. So it's as usual, we get the fun part.
and the Nando's.
And the Nando's, which is over there, I can see it.
Right.
Let's see what we've got.
Interesting. Too medicinal for Suzanne. The peat. I get that. It's kind of the one thing that keeps people away from peat, isn't it? Is that TCP medicinal kind of notes with your powerful Isla.
But there's a route in. There's lighter ones you can go
for sure. For sure. I mean, it
doesn't have to be into the deep end. It doesn't have to be right into Lefroy. There's a way in for folk that have maybe had a bad peat experience in the past.
I love it. I loved it since the start.
Straight in.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Deep end.
Yeah. Straight into the Octomores and that now. Love them.
It's a time and a place for them all, isn't there?
Yeah, there certainly is.
Late on, struggled getting twins to sleep.
Absolutely, Nick.
Welcome back, Nick.
Welcome in. You're not too late. We're just moving on to the 3 or the colour, as we're calling it tonight. I think,
yes,
which I'm really liking this analogy we've got going on actually. So we're going to add the colour to our base, to our canvas.
So for those that have just joined, all we've done so far is make up a base blend. So this is using the analogy of the painting, the blank canvas, which is the single weight. So that's the single weight on the scale. So that's 40% of the blank canvas. So that'll be 40 mils, and then we've added 30 mils of the heavier weight one. So that's given us our base. And now what we're doing is we're going to have a wee look at the color. Let's get some color on that painting. We're going to go for either sweet, spicy, or smoky.
Fab.
So get your noses and some glasses, and let's have a wee look.
What do you want to start with?
I think sweet.
Probably sweet. Leave smoky to the end.
Yes. Yeah. Good shout. So
we're starting with sweet.
You want to be?
Yeah.
You got one.
You and Harvey.
Yeah.
I'll
swap these over.
There you go.
Cheers. Nice one.
Right, comments. Packs are superb, says Adrian. The talk is superb. Can't wait to do the blending on replay.
Yeah, get well soon,
Adrian.
Adrian.
We got
He's
under the weather,
COVID.
Adrian.
He's got
I
COVID.
hope the
Sorry to hear it.
smell and taste not too affected.
Yeah.
I've drunk all my base, says Shed.
Oh, you can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. They're too excited. It's gonna get better and better. Just stick. Just have patience. Stick with it.
We're going too slowly for people.
We're gonna make it better. We're gonna make it better as we go.
It's tempting, eh, when 5 grams are in front of you.
That's true. Yeah. So sweetness. Again, there's so many different types of sweetness. You can get light sweetness. The way that I think of light sweetness could be like icing sugar or something that's a bit lighter. But then you can get into the more dark sweet, demerara sugar. So sweetness is a massive array. It's not just, oh, that tastes sweet. Like this is a massive array of flavor. Could be caramel, vanilla,
molasses.
Treacle is a form of sweetness, but it's like
absolutely. This is the sweet.
It's a sweet.
Yeah.
So what?
I think sorry.
So what's everyone getting out of that in terms of sweetness? Because that's a very general term.
When the seed was planted, obviously I do get that honey.
Yeah,
I get honey. I kind of was going in.
I was
going in with the thought of honey, but when you're talking sweet and I'm looking at the hive, and I'm thinking, I can
it's definitely there. It's definitely there.
Definitely get that. Shed likes the graphics, so shout out to
So loves the graphics in the box.
loves the graphics.
The boxes are cool, man. The boxes
They are
really
very cool. Strong
pecan
pecan
that's
pie,
a good one.
nice.
That's really good.
Nice.
Yeah, I find it a little bit nutty actually.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. Yeah, like
Yeah.
glazed nuts. Yeah.
Now that you say that, Amy.
Are you getting that? I can't save my snacks.
Right.
She's teaching Peter how it's done.
Yeah.
She's teaching Peter how it's done. Yeah, I think I could definitely get that as well. That's lovely.
The other thing
That's
about
nice
whiskey
fat.
tastings, you get hungry, don't you?
Yeah.
Especially us three that haven't had our dinner yet. The team in the background.
No,
Munching
I'm
away.
Yeah, starting that chicken wrap on the live draws. It's starting to get really informal now. It's it's been a year and a half. It's starting to get.
I'm getting real peri salt.
I'm getting lots and lots of peri peri.
So what else is everyone else getting?
Well, see, I was picking up the peat and smokiness and all that, but see, smelling that, it's just the sweetness.
Yeah,
is
it's
lovely.
lovely.
That just makes me want to.
Custard cream biscuits.
Yeah, custard creams.
Custard's a good one. Actually.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant. Custard creams.
Really good.
Jamie's getting there. Jamie's got some cracking notes. Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, caramel sweets, says
Yeah.
Gary.
Like maybe like a Werther's original, like a butterscotchy.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
sweetness. That's got a real, for me, that's got a real light sweetness. It's not that, I don't go, it's not molassesy or treacly for me. That's a real light sweetness. But
I think somebody said earlier on the chat, those Halloween apples, like apples with caramel on the outside of them, a wee bit of that as well, a wee bit appley.
Yeah, toffee apples.
Toffee apples.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Sweet is not as sweet as Stu thought, but he's getting that real flavour of honey. Amazing. I think it is when you really can put your finger on the kind of exact flavour or smell that you're getting. I think that you surprise yourself, like, oh, I am a whiskey expert.
Yeah,
you do get that sense of
and really
pride.
That's what we're aiming for. We're wanting to make something that essentially is going to taste the hive. So you want it to do what it says in the tin.
Yeah.
Another little secret I'll let you all in on is the best time to do blending is like first thing in the morning. So
I thought you were going to say 7:30.
No, do it earlier. Do it earlier in the day before your palate's been disrupted with all the flavors of your lunch, of your breakfast. So, and don't ever have like any strong flavors the night before, like onion or garlic. So you really want to have like a neutral palate to start out with, and that's why doing this stuff earlier in the day, like in the morning, is preferable.
Perfect.
Great.
Sets you up for the day as well.
I can imagine.
It
We've got Butterscotch Angel Delight, which is a great tasting note. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, Tanpreet thinks we're having a laugh talking about glazed nuts and wood. So
no
pun intended.
None at all. Yeah, Mel says the bee on the bottle is very suggestive in that they're getting honey.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
definitely has got a lot. It's
Plants
definitely got a lot of honey.
again, credits to the Wemyss team. Never really heard of Wemyss outside the Whisky Club, but just ordered a few this week. Must say the boxes are outstanding. Laws,
£10 in the post, Laws. Thanks for that, mate.
what did you go for? What did you go for? You did ask for
Yes, he did
recommendations.
One of each, I think we said.
Yeah,
was gonna
go for the core range and then experiment after that. But let us know what you went for in the end.
Nicky Collins getting oranges, which is fab.
Custard cream as well.
Katie Thompson says she's going to pick up a couple of bottles of the Wemyss as well. So well done, Katie. Thanks for
Nice. Werther's Originals is a really good one.
that. Yeah.
And custard creams for Craig as well. And agree with toffee apples. So we're all on a similar line here.
Definitely got a little bit more weight to it compared to the very first drop that we had.
I'm gonna have a wee.
And definitely more sweet as well. But to remind folk, like everything that's gone into what we're trying to emulate here is all malt distilleries, and there can be anything from 5 to 10 to 15 different distilleries that go into it. So it's we're only looking at 5 here, but it can become quite a balancing act when you're
amazing.
looking at a lot
Is
more.
that many?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's very cool. And with more single malts going into a blend, do you think it does add more complexity? Is there like a point of which you're not adding much now? It's just you're just adding more
Bulk
more
kind of thing.
like,
Well,
does it get too noisy, or
so sometimes less is more as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Sometimes I think definitely you can make a really good blend with maybe 5 malts. You don't need 4 or 5 malts even. You don't need a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
But what we do, again, another kind of secret to let folk into how you do this in the industry, is you always keep back a little bit from your previous blend.
Yeah.
So say if you've got 10 barrels of your blended malt, and you've blended it all together, what you do is you've got 10 barrels from different distilleries. What you do is you put that all into a vat, you mix it all up, then you put it back into the same casks, and you let it marry for a month or more. Sometimes we let it marry for quite a bit more than that sometimes, and that just helps to smooth out any edges and helps to let all these whiskies kind of come into their own, and really you don't get any sharp edges. Really is the best way to describe it there. It all kind of marries together nicely, and then you bottle it, but you're not going to bottle all 10 of those casks. You'll always save back 1.
Right.
You always save back 10%, and you'll put that into the next blend.
Yeah.
So there's always
That's
a little bit
your
of evolution.
That's cool.
Continuity is the word for it, yeah. And that means there's a little bit of whiskey in every single bottling we've ever done. There's a little bit of whiskey from the previous bottlings in each.
That's very cool.
Each one.
Lots of people there talking about grabbing a bottle, which is fab. Nicky Collins has asked for a bottle of the Hive for Christmas.
Nice.
Put a wee tally on the whiteboard. That's another sale.
You guys getting commission here?
Should be. I should have thought of that actually.
I know.
Really good.
Nice. Simon's gone for he's decided to go just with the light one and the sweet one, to stick to something really light and sweet, and that's what he's got.
Great.
Lovely and light,
Fair
sweet
play.
and easy to taste. It's a good shout. That's probably I like a heavy dram, but light and fruity, which is probably why I like the King's Band single malt stuff so much as well. I'd like to give that a wee go in my spare time as well. I've got a wee spare kit at home that
Love
I
it.
tucked aside for
Keep it for
myself.
yourself, did you?
I
That's
tell
nice.
you, good to myself.
Nice. You are good to yourself.
Thanks to the job.
You are
Thanks
good
to
to
the
yourself.
job. Nice.
Great. So should we have a little look at maybe the next whiskey so that people can get
Spicy
an
boy.
idea? The spicy one.
This is
Yes.
it. Let's have a look at this.
Cool. I'll pour you one, Harvey.
Smashing. Thank you.
Adrian Williams spilt some on his keyboard, so he's added a wee bit of Glenlivet instead. Fair
Quite
play. Fair play. Vic Vinegar, evening. Vic, how are we? We are doing grand. We're working our way nicely through this fantastic blending session with Peter here.
That's so different. Eh?
Aye.
That's the biggest jump in smells for me. I'll tell you that straight away.
Ursula's here as well. Ursula's in Lanzarote. Thanks for tuning in, Ursula. She's hoping for a little win tonight, which would be great. And Katie's going to have to buy some bottles because we've opened our mind to different whiskies she would normally go for. Katie, you can't go wrong with the Wemyss.
It's a great way to do a blending experience. Is a great way to kind of discover the variety of different whiskey you get in Scotland, really, in the world, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the difference is unbelievable.
Oh,
So what are we picking up off of that first
that's
off?
some really good notes, actually.
Not the spice that I thought in my head I was going to pick up. When I was thinking spice, I was going in with kind of more cinnamon, something like that, but I'm getting just proper pepper, like
Paprika, yeah, actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's peat in it.
Yeah.
There's a bit of smoke there.
Yeah.
But like we were talking about before, different smokes have different characters as well.
Yeah.
Smoked paprika is a great shout.
Paprika, yeah. I'm getting it straight away, yeah.
Check you, eh?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
But on the palate's quite often where you pick up a spice as well. Slange, have a wee taste.
Yeah, have a try. Tell me what you're getting on the nose there. Let us know. Jim Gray's getting pepper sweet chili, which is interesting. That's a good one.
I like that sweet chili.
Jimmy Farthing has called it straight Talisker. He's just said
bacon and salt. That's amazing. That's really what I get.
Yeah. Yeah, salty as well. Yeah.
That's great for Mark.
Really
Bartlett.
bacony.
Thanks, Mark.
Really bacony.
Bacon's
That's crazy.
That's a good one.
Really getting
kind of black pepper as well.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. Proper.
Adrian's getting smoked paprika. Charred wood, says Lynn Whitmore. Charcoal, says Nikki Collins, which is great as well.
Star anise as well. That's an interesting one. Oh wow.
Star anise.
Really get that star anise, like almost like Chinese five spice. It's crazy.
You get 5 spice. That's interesting.
There's a lot of complexity to it. There's a lot going on there, isn't there? And that's why we're calling it that's why the analogy of the painting's great, because this is colour. This is where you're getting quite a bit of character coming in now. We've made our base, a great foundation to build upon. We can add that super sweet one that we were talking about later on, or we can add something that's really got quite a bit of style to it in terms of that. Everything that people are saying there is bang on. You know, all those spices, that sweet, salty, peppery, smoked paprika, star anise. I mean, it's all there in bucket loads.
Shed's gone for pirate ship, actually.
Pirate ship.
Pirate ship. Aye.
Tastes of a pirate ship.
Brilliant, that. Absolutely brilliant. That's one of my favourite taste notes I've ever heard.
Pirate ship.
Tastes like pirate ship. The sea.
Yeah.
It's just pirate ship. I love it from Shed. It's absolutely brilliant. A bit too smoky for Nikki. Not loving that one. So Nikki, I think mentioned earlier, more inclined to go for the sweeter
the sweet
profile. Raw garlic and smoked paprika. That's such an interesting idea. Laws is loving that one. Smoked pepper, the best of the lot. Smoke, meat, and acidic. I think somebody meant. Adrian mentioned smoky bacon frazzles. That's a great tasting note. That one. Excuse me. Yeah, great. Jimmy's actually just inadvertently backed up Adrian by saying it would be a great flavour of crisps.
Nice.
Maybe that's something that we must need to move into.
Crisps.
Is like some fancy kettle chips, like style crisps with the flavours.
Bar snacks.
Yeah, bar snacks. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. That's so good. Pirate ship's getting a lot of love, actually.
Baked gammon's a good one.
Yeah, that's good.
We'll just have to get pirate ship and the tasting notes in this bottle next time.
Let's get pirate ship on this. Like, let's get
just straight
such
up.
a good taste.
No dicking about pirate
Just
ship.
pirate ship.
And then when somebody gives you that blank look, be like, pirate ship, come on.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know,
No, this guy's never tried pirate
from
ship.
your childhood. You know, pirate ship from your childhood. Great.
Baked gammon's a good shout as well.
Baked
Yeah,
gammon's
you
good,
do get that kind of meatiness.
I definitely get the bacon frazzles thing.
This is a good
salty bacon,
Yeah.
salty, smoky bacon.
It's an interesting one. I'm stumped on what I'm getting. Totally bonfire night, jacket potatoes off a roaring fire in the garden.
Oh, Jamie, loving it.
That is
Loving
good.
it.
That is good, Jamie. Nice one.
Loving that.
Went back to the sweet one after this, and I got lemongrass. So it's good to jump back and jump between.
Interesting.
The other thing, a wee trick, see if your nose is getting tired, especially when you get to the stage where you're nosing a lot of different whiskies. Both your palate and your nose will get quite just used to this kind of flat base flavour, and you can't pick up the wee nuances. A great little tip that a blender showed me was See when you're going in between whiskies, to give your nose a break and to kind of reset your nose, smell your own skin.
Yeah,
So
I've heard that one as well.
just smell your own skin, then go to the next whiskey sample. And it's
Also
amazing.
smells like bacon.
You've had your claws in a packet of crisps probably, but it's a great way to kind of reset your nose, and you get a little bit more out of it then. So
That's good. That
yeah,
one,
that's a wee
great.
trick.
There you go, folks. Smell your hand before we move on. You're gonna get stuck into these. Stuck
I'm
into
sure it
the
started up here, that might.
smoky one. I did move it
Oh,
down
did you?
slightly because
Did you?
it was just obstructing my face.
Sorry.
The Wemyss Pirate Ship, the brand new release for 2022. I love that, Loz. That's got the names. Some of the names that these bottles have got are amazing. I think Pirate Ship might take the cake. Like, that's a beauty.
Very good tip. That worked a treat for me there. Smelling the hand. So nice.
There you
one.
go.
Aye,
It's a good
Well
tip to
done.
know.
Well done. Right, have you tasted yet?
Yeah.
You have, yeah. You tasted.
Pepperiness comes through in the taste as well. All those spices that people are talking about. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll have a wee look at the next step up then. Let's go proper peat, shall
Let's
we?
go full peat.
Yeah.
Don't be shy, folks.
for it.
Even if you're not a big peat fan, just give it a little.
And then
give it a nose, give it
again,
an effort.
this is just working out what are we starting with? What do we have to play with here? How intense smoke, or how sweet, or what do we want to have? So really, let's have a look at the last dram here of the evening, to see what kind of whiskey you want to make at the end of the day.
This means
So-
Dubro have got the same bacon moisturizer.
Yeah, smelling your skin and getting bacon.
That's funny.
So I'm not letting this one go to waste because I did enjoy that spicy one.
I look forward to getting home and actually doing this tonight. I'm going to have to call you when I get in, and we'll do our own little session. Or actually, if you're on the forum tonight, actually, you know where
Tell
to
us.
hit up the forum, whiskyclubcomps.com. You can hit up the community tab at the top left-hand side or top right-hand side, depending on which device you're on, and you'll be forwarded onto the forum. Let's see your blending kits, get some photos of how you're getting along. Let's see your setup. We want to see what you guys are doing at home. So we'll be on later on when we get back. I'll be dipping into this blending kit when I get home for sure.
Yeah.
And so I'd like a little bit of guidance when I get home.
Interestingly, Laws said I could drink that pepper bottle all day. Do Wemyss sell that? You would say they don't sell that, but it's probably these are. This one is similar to the Spice King. am I
Yeah,
right in saying that?
definitely. So if you like the peppery one, I would recommend that you try that. Try and build the spicy one when we come to picking what malt you want to use on there, because it's amazing how it's going to interact with the base that we've made, and make some new flavors, but really champion that kind of spice as well. So that's the cool thing about it.
Yeah, it is indeed very tasty. Very tasty.
And Laws has picked up a bottle of each actually this week. He's picked up the Spice King, the Hive, and the Peat Chimney. So
Good stuff.
he's
Yeah.
got plenty of. He's got.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yes. That's
If you're gonna grab a bottle on the back of tonight, we're gonna help you out with a little discount code, courtesy of the Wemyss team. So hang fire, and we'll sort you out at the end here with a wee discount code. I've got to say, I did say when Laws asked for a recommendation, I said there may or may not be a wee discount code.
He's too excited.
Yeah.
He's too excited. I like that.
Yeah,
about Lawrence.
I rate that.
It's compulsive, man.
Right. So this is
full bore
Yeah.
smoke. This is, that's what it says in the tin, as I said before, but intense.
Loving this skin thing.
Laws. I keep getting discount codes after I've bought things this week. All right, give us a break.
So that's like Isla whiskey, isn't it? Really phenolic.
Oh yeah.
Is that more kind of what your
That's what I like.
game is?
Yeah. It's lovely. It smells great. Oh yeah. And then with the blend, I'm assuming that we don't just choose one of these to add to the base.
Yes, we just pick one.
We just pick one.
Yeah,
So I was thinking about like maybe a little bit of the sweet and then a little
There's
bit.
no
of
reason why you can't. There's no
Right.
reason why you can't play about with it. This is your blending kit.
Right,
So
right.
if you think that a little bit of the sweet would work well with the kind of the pirate ship that you're getting off this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Then you get a sweet pirate ship.
I want honey and pirate ship. And
Cool.
a little bit
Yeah.
of smoke.
Pirates that have just stolen honey.
Pirates that are smuggling honey and the ship's on fire.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I would recommend to probably try and make your blend with the with one of them to start with.
Yeah.
Have a wee nose, have a taste, see what it's like, and then you can have a play about further and try adding something else.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I actually really get that exact flavour there. Black plastic bin bags. I totally get that.
Yeah.
I totally
It's the
get that.
rubbery, it's the
Plasticky.
burny rubber,
Yeah.
isn't it? Burnt rubber kind of smell.
Tarmac.
Laws, oh my God, blend the peat, the pepper, and the base. That's amazeballs, he says.
Nice.
What was
I
that
like
blended? So you've got your base. What's your blended? See, they're all off piste. They're all away with it. They're all making their own blends. No one's paying. I love it.
We should have had some stronger
It's not
ground
anything
rules.
other than what I
Yeah,
expected to happen.
Love the smoke, says Lynn. Lynn also had another comment. Did I see it? Don't tend to like spices, but have an affinity to smoke. This has leaned me towards the Wemyss spice now, as originally was going to go for smoky shores.
Okay,
Interesting.
great.
Nice.
Yeah, the spice one was different to what I was expecting. I definitely got more of the paprika than I think I agreed with. I was thinking cinnamony, nutmeggy was what I was going to get, but I was getting much more paprika and that kind of stuff. And
Yeah,
smoked
the
spice.
smoke's definitely present on it as well, but
It's
it's not
definitely present.
it's not overpowering.
Yeah,
it's,
not when you
it's more a food
Exactly.
a food spice. I think of barbecue quite a lot when I think of like something like the Spice King, as you get the salt, the sweet, and the spice, and it's like a food whiskey.
Yeah.
burnt wooden leg. It's too raw.
Love the Pete, says John. I like that.
Yeah,
Nice one.
John.
Been playing catch up tonight, but enjoying the sweet and the spice with the lighter weight blend. Interesting, Andrew.
Nice.
Interesting. What?
I'm loving the
What do you think?
enthusiasm at which they're tackling this blending at home. I can just see them at home just going right for it.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. Everybody
I
getting
would say-
involved. It's great.
I would say at this stage, see, before you start going too hard,
Right.
blend just a little bit in with your base. So
Okay.
you don't want to go full. You don't want to go crazy too early, especially talking about peat. You blend a little bit of peat because a little bit of peat goes a long way.
Yeah.
So I know we're talking about, okay, we've made up 70% of your 100% liquid here.
Mhm.
I wouldn't go and just add 30 mils of your strong peat stuff.
Okay.
Add a wee bit and then see how far you want to take it.
Okay.
And then keep coming back to it. That's what you really need to do, especially when it comes to peat.
Great. Let's what are you thinking then? What's your blend gonna look like?
I'm intrigued to see how far a little bit of peat can go. To be
Okay,
honest.
cool.
Individually, I think my favourite out of these three was actually the spice. I enjoyed the spice more. Before, I thought this is what I thought I would like the most.
Yeah,
This is what I actually liked the most. But this is what I'm going to go for.
cool.
Because I'm intrigued after you said a lot. Oops, after you said a lot of peat. Sorry, peat goes a long way.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how far.
Aye.
But we're in this together, so I don't want to ruin that for you.
No,
What do you
no.
want to go for?
Can I
I
just
think
give?
let's go for it.
Can I just quickly give the 3 responses we've got so far to Peter's advice?
What?
Too late, Peter. I've already got all 5 in my mixer. But I've been writing stuff down, the different flavors I'm getting from Mel. So Mel's too late for Mel. Lawrence, solid advice. Sadly, I've already drank my base, so that's not going to work for me. And the other one is James. I've just started grabbing bottles out the cupboard.
Spilt my base mixer. Split.
That's hilarious.
This is a game changer. Nice.
So, Peter, great
Great.
advice, but you've been roundly ignored
Oh
by everybody at
well,
home.
that's good enough.
It's hilarious. I, love it.
There's definitely
It's like rounding cats.
there's
It's so
definitely
funny.
some lurkers as well that aren't getting
Oh,
in.
there are. It's the
And-
troublemakers. It's the troublemakers at the back of the class that are always allowed this, but it's making me laugh.
And it's for sure we're going to have a lot of people watching back. We actually had a lot of people responding to getting their tasting kits saying, I'm looking forward to watching this back. So
Yeah,
um,
it's a lot of fun.
I'll
the-
definitely be doing this over and over. I think
Oh,
I'll
they're
be
definitely having a lot of
trying.
fun at home for sure. And I think what I'm getting as well is a sense of enthusiasm that people are discovering
It's
things
good fun,
as they're going
yeah.
along. They're having a lot of fun, and they're doing their own blends. They're grabbing stuff out the cupboard. They're
It's a discovery.
it's great. I'm really liking it. It's just hilarious.
I'm adding 20% sweet and slowly topping up with the peaty one. See where I go. Interesting, Jimmy. That's what it's about, experimenting. But what are we going to go for then? What do you think?
I think let's go with the peat. Yeah, why not? Because we're talking heaviest peat, and I would say this for everyone at home. Ultimately, you're going to want to make up your blend to be probably 100 mils, but work your way up there. So we've got 30 mils of whichever one you want, whether you're going for the sweet, the spicy, or the smoky.
Mm-hmm.
I would go 10 mils at a time. Add 10 mils, swirl it about, see what it's like in your mixer, have a wee taste. Add another 10 mils, and then add your last 10 mils. Perhaps you've taken it too far, but this is all just a learning experience. It's a bit of fun.
And in blending, if you have gone too far, how do you rein it in?
Well, you've got to get it right at the table before. You would never mix casks until you knew you had it right. But of course, in the real world, you're not dealing with, oh well, I'll add exactly 15 mils there. You're dealing with full casks. Yeah. You're like, okay, well, I've got 15 casks of Glenfarclas, say, and 3 casks of Lafroig. But it calls for 3.5 casks of Lafroig.
It's not a round number, is it?
You've got to go a little bit more or a little bit less. So in the real world, you're constrained. But that just makes it more interesting, really.
Love it, yeah. It becomes so complex. I'm just the level of complexity at that point. Then it makes the mind boggle a little bit, because then you're starting to, if the recipe, for example, calls for 5 casks, you've only got 3.5. You got to go and find 1.5 somewhere else that's going to not take you too far off. You're not trying to create something different. You're trying to create the same thing, which is it's staggering that you can do that across all these different casks.
It's a very tough job, and I've only just started to get a little bit involved in it and to appreciate how staggeringly difficult it is to maintain consistency. Yeah.
Peter, I do have another kit, so we'll slow down next kit on replay. Nice one. Mel,
just enjoy yourself, mate. There's no stress here.
And now that you've got an idea, I think I've learned so much already. We're not even at the end yet, but I feel a lot more confident to go home and experiment, because to be honest, you've been a big infinity bottle guy.
I've done it for a long time.
Whereas I've always felt like I'm not wasting that, because the experts have done that. If that,
Oh yeah, it's a single malt, and it's that's been handpicked
and they've done that.
Ready,
and I've always been under the impression, oh well, they know better than me. But I'm fortunate enough to actually have a better idea of what the single malts that are going into this.
This is what's so fun about it and so interesting is, it opens up a world to folk to try mixing different whiskies with one another, and don't be scared of just doing this at home as well with drams in the future. I think that's a really nice single malt, but it's maybe lacking something. I'm going to try adding a tiny bit of something else. Maybe you'll find that it ruins it. Maybe you'll find that you've brought it up a level.
That's so interesting, isn't
so it? It really is a game changer. It's good fun.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. And the infinity bottle, the idea is always that it's a couple of drams at the bottom, and it's like you just slap it in and see what happens.
So how many whiskies do you reckon you've got in yours?
30.
30 whiskies.
Probably, it has to be. Yeah.
And is it a mix of all ages?
There's bourbon in it as well. There's all sorts of different stuff in it.
Great.
There's all sorts of different things. It's probably been going for it's probably been just under a year, I would say. But at one point I had, and you're totally guilty of this, I never finished a bottle because I loved
super guilty.
I just loved having the bottle there, and it was like almost like a memory. It was like a little I love that dram, but I'm not going to touch it again because it's only that much.
Yeah.
And I was getting to a point where I had all these bottles and there was this much in them, and I was like, do you know what? I'm done with this, and I just whacked them all into a bottle, and that's how it started. But there must be close to 30 in there. I think.
Out of interest, is it nice?
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's incredible, and I've absolutely no idea what it tastes like or what's in it. It just tastes amazing. But I at that point, I don't think you can go too much. You can't go too far wrong.
No,
once you've got that level of stuff in there. I think I'm gonna get hammered for this, but I think there's like JD honey in there at some point.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah. So it's like it's got this real. It's got a sweetness to it, but it's like it's nice. It's nice.
That's great though. I love it. It's like make it your own.
It's
eh?
just super
Yeah.
experimental. And I just started throwing things in it, but yeah, and it changes the game when it comes to the end of a bottle, because instead of being like, oh, really precious about not finishing that, you become really excited about adding it to what you've got, and it changes your mindset. So I have got one.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Couple of comments coming in. The sweet was what brought the most subtle change, and I've not added any of the smoke to my base yet, but I'm thinking maybe 10 mils of pepper and 10 mils of smoke just to get my preference.
Nice.
To taste nice. It dribbled down the side of my test tube, so without thinking, I lit the side of the tube. That's the point my wife came in. Sometimes explanations don't seem to help. Unlucky, Jimmy.
Oh, I love
Unlucky.
Jimmy, man. He's amazing.
And Laws is blended 2022 Buna Isla Festival, Talisker 18 and some Longmorn 25. This evening's going to be expensive.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah, just wait till we give you that discount code, Laws. Say
Yes. $5 off a bottle of Wemyss.
What I've got so far smells absolutely divine. I like that. People really getting into it. I like that.
Loving it.
30 mil sweet and 10 mil spice works well at the moment. A bit Thai crispy duck. I like that. That's interesting. Opening up to a new hobby, blending. There you are. Well done. That's you, Peter. Well
it's
done.
meant to be fun, you know. And like I said at the start, this is making something that's more than the sum of its parts. You're making novel flavors here. You're making some flavors that weren't in the individual malts by themselves.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what makes it so interesting and exciting for me. But I think if we have a little look at your blend, before you start adding things to it, nose it first.
I want to nose this. This is
So nose your base blend first, and then let's add some 10 mils of whatever whiskey you're.
What are you going for? You're going for spice?
We're going for peat. I think
we're going for peat.
Yeah,
I think so.
Oh, is that what you? Oh, I thought you said spice. Sorry.
No, that was my favourite out the single malts here, but the I'm interested to see how
I have to agree with you. I think if I was to pick any one of these just to have as a dram, it would be the peppery one.
Yeah,
probably.
it's nice. It's nice.
As interestingly, I actually think I would have chosen the sweet one.
Did you? Yeah.
Even with my preferred flavour profile being really smoky, I just
Aye.
think that was one that I thought, wow, that's really interesting.
Aye, it's a solid dram, isn't it? That sweet one.
Yeah. Right. There, that's a great comment from Lorraine. I've been a bit of a single malt snob in the past, but this evening's comments have made me rethink that. That is exactly why we're here.
That's what it's
Lorraine.
about.
That's
Yeah,
exactly why we're here.
you're learning so much, but also you learn to appreciate a proper art. That's what it is.
It's a different skill. It's a different level of art, but it's an incredible. It's incredible thing.
Even just to look at different whiskies, like to have 5 different drams in front of you that are different whiskies, and to see how different they all are, and just get wired in and have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
That's such a valuable thing.
Yeah,
it's a great way to start. And then yes, we're adding them all together, but just to see the level of variety and the flavors you get from Scotch whiskey I think it's really quite awesome.
completely, absolutely agree. Let's see then. Fire some of that. Oh, you
Right,
got it
let's
ready?
stick some in.
You got it ready?
10 mils of
We've
the
got 10.
smoky one.
10 mils of smoky. So now
Let's-
you're up to 80 mil.
Now we should be up to 80 mil, and we're just going to have a little nose of this again.
Smell that now. It's been sitting. It smells amazing.
Oh, that smells great. What's
What's
that?
that
Smoky.
one?
Yeah, just the
Oh, that's
reminders.
opened right up. Oh, it really has.
Oh, yeah, it has.
It
hasn't
really
it?
has.
Yeah,
Has changed. It's changed dramatically.
massively. Yeah,
That's so interesting.
yeah. The pepper.
Some of the comments that are coming in are amazing, but
Random.
I'm seeing the comments that are coming in. I really want to get them up, but I'm quite engrossed in what these guys are doing as well. So
We've gone with 10 mils at a time, Laws, just to see how far
this is us.
the pepper goes with it.
Oh, the
I
smoke.
think
The smoke.
the smoke goes. The peat is the word I was looking for. See how far it goes.
I think that's quite nice and subtle at the moment.
We shout out for Amy actually. Yeah.
Yeah, Amy, what's your favourite?
My favourite's the Hive out of all the 3 core, to be honest. So that's the honey one, the sweet one.
That's
Honey,
Jack
sweet.
asking for your recommendation.
Hive from Amy.
Yeah. What about you guys? What did you say on your favourites were?
Out the core,
Yeah.
I do like the the Hive. I definitely am going to revisit the Spice King again. I think because it was the wee sample bottle that it gave me was all that I've tried.
Yeah, same.
Whereas the Hive, I've tried the full bottle, so I've given myself so much time to work with it and enjoy it. Whereas I think I maybe need to get myself a 70 cl bottle of the Spice King.
Well, see, I started. We answered that question earlier, and I said peat chimney because it was my preferred style generally. But I'm leaning towards going Hive after what I've smelt here.
The Hive's good with cloudy lemonade for anyone who wants to try it.
Nice highball.
Yeah.
Lots of ice. Slice of lemon.
The Hive with cloudy lemonade. If you never caught that,
we mint sprig or something maybe actually in it as well. That'd be quite nice. A little mint sprig and a lemon peel, something like that on the
go
top.
wild, eh? Go wild.
You want we highball? Can't beat it.
Katie as well as with Dave blending will be our new hobby. I like that.
Seems that we've got a lot of people converted, loads of people here actually, which is really great. Yeah, Mel's just reminded me that we're going to be phoning somebody that wins all this whiskey at some point. So somebody that's been drinking along and blending along is going to be having a great time. So and they're going to be getting a fabulous phone call soon.
20 mils of the smoky peat. Very nice.
Stuart Barnett's going to ask his wife for a bottle of this spicy and the sweet. So he's talking about Spice King and the Hive for Christmas. Stuart, I'm sure you'll be able to convince her when we drop a little discount code in the chat later on.
40% light base, 30% heavy base, 20% sweet, and 10% peat.
That's interesting.
That's not a nice combo.
It's not too far off something we've got in front of us as well. It's almost,
so he's just added sweet to
that
what you've got.
Nicely, yeah.
I think that needs a bit more. I think so. I'd keep that spicy. I think keep it spicy and smoky.
I'd like to see if we can see
if we can bring the smoke up.
Bring the smoke up.
Let's add another 20. The other thing is
we're going more smoke in the room.
You can always add it, take a wee bit of this out, put it into a Glencairn and experiment. You don't need to make your full blend right now. So
for sure.
If you want to, you can always take a Glencairn, add a wee bit of
You could split your base.
Yeah, split your base if you want to.
Play with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I feel like that's what Lawrence has been doing because he's been saying, "Oh, the base and this has been great. The base and that's been great." So I think he seems to have split it up, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's a great option.
And I want to say, these 200 ml bottles, I'll definitely be using mine, making a wee blend, letting people try it, and going again.
That's a nice way of
again.
Yeah.
The other thing, let it sit for a week. So the whiskey, it'll almost get like bottle shock if you've added all these whiskies together. They've not had time to kind of mingle properly. So the stuff we're making tonight, that's going to change over the next week. So another interesting thing the folk can try if they can't help themselves.
We'll see.
For tanning the lot, bidding it all tonight, is leave it for a week and then see what it's like once it's had a little bit of time to kind of come together and marry in a bottle, essentially.
Very good.
That is good. And this is great feedback from Jamie saying, first time for me blending. Who couldn't enjoy doing this? It's an eye-opener. I'm definitely choosing wisely on what goes in my infinity bottle and taking tips from tonight to make it up. That's great, Jamie. Thanks for getting involved.
I went the opposite way, Jamie. I just fired everything in. Just is what it is.
So let's add the next 10% in, eh?
Yeah, a little bit. So we've gone more smoke.
More smoke.
We've upped the smoke to 20.
Yeah.
Lawrence, I could honestly open that pepper straight and I'd be happy. I want to know what it is. Can't tell you.
Oh, you can. That's a lot more now.
Yeah, definitely. You're still getting that. There's still an element of sweet from the light base. I think that's coming through. You're getting.
So again, this is where we really are starting to build up that painting now, where you've got like you said, Harvey, the sweetness from the base malt, which entails obviously the light lowland one, and the more weighty Highland whiskey, giving us a bit of glue to glue it all together.
Yeah.
Now we're adding the colour on. It's really starting to come into its own. And yes, you're picking up all of those little characters, and hopefully maybe picking up some novel flavours that are coming out as well. So some flavours that weren't in any of the individual ones that we looked at initially. And we've not even tasted it yet.
Yeah, taste it. We're just nosing.
It's like creating perfumes as well, though.
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to be spraying myself with this, but you're creating different smells along with obviously a flavor profile, which is exciting.
Here's another one from Jim Gray. Jim Gray, the spicy one is a good and is very nice. I think a bottle of Spice King has to be ordered. Jim, hold off on ordering a bottle of Spice King until we've got your discount code at the end of the show. Peter, this is a good one. Mel's angling for a job, I think, at Wemyss. I've got an amazing formula. I've got it written down. Send me your email. Super.
Nice, I like that.
Nice
Mel.
one, Mel.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
Send us a wee sample, Mel. We'd love to try
Mel,
it. Come
send
on.
us the blend. I'm going home tonight to do it. So
Send your
us
recipe.
what your
that's
blend
better.
is. Send your recipe. Jump on the forum. Get on whiskyclubcomps.com. Hit community. Join the forum. Let's leave some comments. Let's get some photos of your blending kits. Let's see what you've made. I want to see the state of you all
Stu,
at home with your little laboratories going on your desks. It's going to be interesting to see. So let's get some photos in the forum tonight.
yeah, and also feel free to chuck it on your Instagram story. Tag Wemyss Malts.
Yes.
Tag Whisky Club UK. Tag Kings Barnes, because why not? Because that's Peter's neck of the woods. So let's get everyone involved. Let's see what you're blending at home. Yeah, Jim, of course, be responsible with it. But if you're not drinking, get them out, have a wee smell tonight, and get sleep on it and think what you're going to put in your bottle.
I love
bet
this
you
one, Stu.
those that aren't drinking or making their blends just now after watching this, you must be absolutely desperate to get it, as you are.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
And you don't need to just stick to these kits either. Like as I said when we started out, feel free to wire into your drinks cupboard, see what you've got in there, and just have a play about with it as well.
Yeah.
Make your own base and make your own
Yeah.
little blending kits and have a go. Have a bit of fun with it.
Great.
Nice.
Hint of eye patch, says Stu, bro. There's a hint of eye patch on this
I
one.
love that
It's
from
lovely.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
He gave away his formula away. He gave his formula away for free in the chat. Have I made a mistake? It's a big mistake.
Potentially.
Another question from Jack. Which films would you associate to each whiskey?
Oh,
That's a
that's
great
a great question. Who's over there for Wemyss?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You guys can go first.
Absolutely.
I don't know. That is a good question.
Mine's, sorry.
Peat chimney, God. That is a tough one.
I'm thinking like Mary Poppins
Yeah,
for
I feel
the
like
for the
it's
chimney,
like
something.
Yeah. Aye, that would be a good one. Yeah.
Spice King for me is Hook came straight into my mind. Do you know the,
Oh yeah.
Hook,
Yeah.
the absolute classic
Yeah.
or the
pirate
like,
film.
Winnie the Pooh
Yeah.
straight away for
Aye,
the
Winnie the Pooh.
defo.
That horror
Yeah.
one,
Oh yeah, we
The
were
new-
talking about
the
that.
new horror Winnie the Pooh film.
Have you seen it?
Is there,
Oh
is there
my-
actually?
Yeah,
They're bringing out a new horror
talking
film.
about it. Yeah.
God,
It's
wow.
absolutely insane.
No.
Oh, it's really bizarre.
It is
What do you
super
guys
fun.
think? That's a great question. We love it. Let's
Yeah,
find out
thanks,
what
Jack, for that one.
what films are you associating it with? We've gone for Mary Poppins, Hook, and
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh,
horror.
but the wholesome
The
normal
whole-
one.
Yes.
yeah.
Peach chimney could be Oliver Twist as well.
Oliver
Oh,
Twist is a
yeah.
good
Ah,
one.
that's
Yeah,
good.
very good.
Mark's gone for Peat Chimney, Towering Inferno, which
Neither.
is so something like what's the other one? Volcano or Dante's Peak could be a good one for Peat Chimney as well.
Just quickly, I wanted to say Lindsay's happy with her blend. She went with honey. Can't say she used the right measurements. Lindsay, there's no right or wrong. If you're
Right or
enjoying
wrong.
it, then you've made the right
Absolutely.
ones. Pirates of the Caribbean says shed. Did we get that? No.
Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah. Well, I went for Hook.
Pesky, Peaky Blinders. I assume.
I think Peat Chimney, I assume.
Yeah.
Dalmore for Kingsman. Yeah, but if there's a whiskey that's not here, let us know what you're thinking.
Oh, the Kingston. I would have thought the ones at the front there. I don't know why.
Yeah, one of these quite regal,
Classy.
fancy, classy looking
yeah.
ones.
I've
Yeah,
got-
these are like yeah, definitely. I go for something like that.
Yeah.
They're cool. What else have we got?
Film. I drank something strong to cope with the thousandth showing of The Little Mermaid.
Big PB says Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels for the Peat Chimney. It's a great
That's a
answer.
good
Yes,
one.
that's
Cracker.
another good
That
one.
is a
A noir type detective film for Smokey. That's cool. I'm liking this. It's really putting me in a wee zone.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's very cool.
Nice. Right, let's have a wee. Is this?
So what went in there, or
We've
what?
got
No,
20 mils so far.
something in the test
20
tube?
mils. So we've just got our last 10 mils. This is going to be the final blend for
Right.
it.
for us.
making up what probably would hopefully be similar to the peat chimney, but we'll see. So that's
Nice.
that's our final blend. So let's have a little mix up. Let's pour it into a glass and let's have a nose and a taste.
Stuart Barnett says backdraft for the for peaty chimney, which is a good one.
Fraser's still getting wood. He's still smelling wood.
Good man.
Yeah, a lot more powerful peat smoky.
Yeah, it really
coming
is.
through.
You can really tell that a little bit goes a long way with that.
But definitely, it's amazing how much the body stays with you, though, for sure.
Yeah, another fascinating thing to do is whatever style you've gone with, if you have any of your whiskey left from your from the style you're looking at, say if you're making the sweet one, have a little nose of just the sweet one by itself, then a nose of your sweet blend,
See if you can pick
and
it out.
see what's changed there
Nice.
with that kind of foundation that you've built upon in the earlier 2 drams, adding the sweetness to it and how that's changed it.
Lovely. Smoking the Bandit, Stu Bro.
That's
That's a good one.
Adrian Williams as well. Two people.
Ah, two that. Next
Adrian said Smoky
I
on
like Chris
Facebook.
Chris Davies got a good answer there.
Last King of Scotland.
The trio. He's got the Last King of Scotland. I love that for all 3 bottles.
Daniel
together.
Roberts also said Smoky and the Bandits. And Lawrence has taken your advice. He's got 20 bottles out. He's run out of space, so he's sitting on the floor making blended whiskey.
You're gonna have to have a sick line for tomorrow's work there, Lawrence.
Oh, that's so funny.
Peat Chimney, No Country for Old Men.
Ah, that's a good answer. That's cool.
You guys should be writing these down.
I know.
I know.
But I'm gonna have a little nose of this. So we think.
Yeah, go for it.
What do we got? So we added spice.
Yeah, so
No.
Sprite, peat.
Smoke.
So 30 mils peat smoke.
Oh, right. Okay.
Now I just want to buy the cigar malt to add it to the Lafroig. I got a nice one.
Yeah, they're making all sorts of blends at home now.
Oh, and the dish mega blend. It's awesome. Listen, if you're enjoying it, John, that's it. That's what it's about.
Good. Good point from Stuart. Done it actually. Let's have your drams named as well. Let's have your
Yes.
drams, your blends named.
Curtains matching the cups. Cheers, Stu. The curtains are
that's
gone.
lovely. That smells.
The Hive. Oh, that's
fantastic.
a good one. A clockwork orange for the Hive.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, that is good. Aye.
Spicy would be 50 Shades of Grey. Interesting.
Good.
Interesting. That's got levels, that. Stu, that's got levels. Peter and the Dragon. Nice one. Right. Someone bring a cauldron to the meetup. Yeah, for sure. Everybody bring a bottle and make a big mega blend.
Well, have you tasted it?
Not
Not yet.
tasted it yet. Shall
we
we?
thinking?
Yeah, let's get a couple of Glencairns.
Yeah, go for it.
We got any empties there?
These aren't.
Oh,
These have all been.
this one's been my.
I've got some water. I can just rinse.
Yeah, a couple. You're going to have to make a camera appearance.
You want some water?
That's all right. We've got one.
Yeah, I've got a clean glass anyway. It's all good.
I'll take one.
Come on.
Didn't you?
Hi, everyone.
Oh,
The
I
arm just
made an
escaped it
appearance.
actually. Didn't
Do you want-
right? Yeah.
No, I'm good. So, final one.
Another
And
teeny drop.
I
Thank you.
assume as well something we've not touched on. I just want to be sure. 46%. Are they all? What?
They're all 46.
All
yeah.
46, which means there's got to be an element of water in this
Yeah,
blending
yeah.
process.
So we definitely add some water, but we try and keep it as raw a product as possible. So it's it's a little bit of water added, but we don't chill filter. So we're trying to leave that little bit of mouthfeel, because texture is important in whiskey as well.
Yeah, nice.
John Maxwell says, I can't see the millimeter lines anymore, so I've just poured it all into one dish. It's a mega blend and it's awesome.
Nice.
Love that from John.
Any suggestions for a replacement base? Bowmore 10 maybe? What you?
It's a bit powerful for a base, I
Yeah.
would say. Yeah. You maybe want to go more. If you have thinking big distilleries, Glenfiddich, Glenlivet, maybe with a lowland like I don't know, maybe Auchentoshan or something like that. So base is really doesn't
Singleton.
have too much character about it in terms of big hitting flavors.
Yeah.
That's a good one from Jim actually. Singleton
Singleton
12. That's,
Oh, great! That would be perfect.
Perfect for
Yeah,
base,
for the 40%. Yeah,
Glen
ideal.
Morangy 10 says Chris Keep as well.
Yeah, that would work. Aye.
Jimmy's thinking he should just grab 20 mils of every bottle he's got in the cupboard and fire it into a bottle.
You
Why
never know.
not?
Could be good.
Why not? Start
be
playing
good.
about with it, Jimmy. Start playing with it. Right, I'm going to have a wee a wee sample, I think.
That's changed again, by the way. That
Has it? Yeah.
that
We'll have another.
smoky one is super meaty now.
Jeez, it is. Yeah.
I never leave whiskey in a glass long enough for it.
That's
to do that.
amazing.
I need to start
Going
being a
going
bit
back
more-
to smell that is
Oh yeah,
it's incredible.
that's almost like, do you know what that? This is probably you're gonna laugh here, but that's like the fire's gone out and we're really into the embers now. Do you know, like when
Yeah.
you've got the fire and it's
100%.
actually cooling right down. You're starting to smell the charcoal wood and the
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you're starting to get the smoke actually come out.
It's awesome how whiskey
That's
changes
amazing.
as you leave it in the
That
glass.
is
Because that's
amazing.
just been half an hour or something, and it's completely evolved, hasn't it?
It's almost more smoky,
Yeah.
but it's just got a lot more. Oh, it's incredible.
Lindor's
Oh my
as
goodness.
a lowland
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that would work.
base.
aye.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's called Done and Dusted. Good name for it. Good name for it, Stuart. Hope you've got some left. I'm keeping.
Oh, I love that. In keeping with the way Wemyss names their stunning bottles, I'm going with burnt apple turnover and custard.
That's good. I love that. I
That
love
could be
that.
that could be a Wemyss bottle. That could be
yeah,
in the
it
lineup.
could. It could indeed.
Bump that name.
Yeah, I know. Get that copywritten. Trademark, Jamie.
Yeah. I hope everyone's blends are turning out tasty at least.
It sounds like it.
Starting to wish I'd got a blending kit, but just purchased my ticket tonight. Yeah, Stu, you're in with a shout. You might be able to just get your hands on a trio or the full collection. We've got plenty coming up, so you're not
And don't worry, Stu. You know
you're not out
always.
with a chance. We're going to be calling the winner very soon. I think.
Yeah.
What's left with the blending? How?
So really, that's us. I think what you should do now is once you've got your blend, get it into your bottle, and we've also sent across some labels, so you can label up the style. You've got to name it as well. So there's been some damn good names coming up on the screen
I know
there.
nothing will not be short of names. That's for sure.
The whiskey would be 46% rather than 40, but see if you can withhold for a week. Try and save some of this whiskey and see how it develops in the course of the week and it all comes together. How are you finding that, Harvey?
I'm enjoying
Taste-wise?
it. I am really enjoying it.
Definite, like you see the smoke, the color coming through there, but
Yeah,
the base giving it a bit of texture as well.
yeah. I did enjoy the peat as a single malt, but I do actually prefer what we've made.
There's layers of complexity in it, isn't there? You're getting a little bit of the lemoniness from the first one, and getting a little bit of that caramel and darker sugar, coffee even from the second one, and then the real kind of champion of flavor there. Because what we were looking for was the smoke, but your own champion of flavor could be the more spicy one or the more sweet one, where you're really developing the malt into a particular style. But for us, yes, that's quite a smoky malt in my opinion.
I actually get a lot of the dark sugar and the chocolate initially, and then the smoke is what is at the back end.
Yeah,
And that's what lingers for ages. I've got it in my mouth. I can still just taste the back end of that smoke. That's what's keeping. But I get loads of, like, up front. It's all that Demerara and
yeah, big
and
time.
loads of I get loads of coffee. The coffee's the big one for me. As soon as I put it in I get coffee straight away.
I'm getting kind of Terry's chocolate orange in the nose as well.
Nice. Every week.
Are we city bashing
Every
the old
week,
Apple Watch?
every
Nice,
week.
Nice. This is a great idea. Would love to see a chat on the forum with a list of established whiskies to use as a base and then suggestions of other whiskies to add to them so we can all continue on this blending journey. It'd be interesting to see everyone's experiences. Absolutely loved tonight, guys. I've learned so much and want to explore more. Nice one. Thanks so much,
Awesome.
mate. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for
No,
coming
my
along.
pleasure.
Thanks.
Simon, start the topic on the
Yeah.
forum. Let's get us started. Kick us off.
Remember, I've never sent it in an email yet, so it's just those that are watching on the forum. The 25 most active posters, engagers, will be put into a competition on the first Sunday of every month. So we've got a couple of weeks before it's too late for the first time we run that. But you've got 2 weeks to sign up, get
Start
involved,
getting
start a
active.
chat.
Start getting active.
Get in on the banter, share some blends, share some stories. It's a good place to be when the live draw finishes.
We'll get Peter signed up before he leaves tonight.
Yeah. In terms of Yeah, so with the blending, we've created something that we're both really happy with here.
I think so. Yeah. It's end of the evening dram sort of thing. Definitely got that smoke thing about it, but yeah, I'm very happy with that. It's probably not quite as smoky as I think what you would get in the peat chimney.
Okay.
I think you maybe get a little bit more smoke than but on the palate you really pick it up, don't you?
Yeah, it's
Aye.
nice. I really enjoyed that. Let's see, what did people think of the first blending masterclass we've ever done?
Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted. Couldn't have gone better.
And for sure, let's keep this draw active on the forum, and also you can always come back and watch and take some tips. Jim Gray sending in some stars. Thank you very much.
What a guy, Jim Gray.
It looks
Listen,
like Peter is getting a beer from the boys.
if you're tuning in on Facebook, you'll see the option there to leave us some stars. There's normally you'll get some free stars. If you want to leave some free stars, leave some free stars. If not, you can buy stars for I think as little as 89p, and you can send us some stars to support us as content creators. So thank you so much. You know it's going to come back to you in free whiskey anyway, so we appreciate it hugely.
Lawrence has enjoyed it so much he's taking the day off work tomorrow. Top man.
Guy.
Top man.
Lawrence will be on the forum tonight till 4 a.m.
The smoky one for barbecue glaze, nice one, Stu. He's always making recipes and sharing
Yes.
recipes as
Good
well.
idea.
I like
Yeah.
that. Thanks, guys. Was a great experience. So the blended experience, I would say, was come to an end.
Yeah, I think so. Aye, that's if you've not drank all of your whiskey yet, you should have at least something in your bottle to hold for a week. And I don't know, maybe it'd be interesting for folk to in a week's time or so continue chatting about it if it's something that has developed in flavour,
Yeah.
because it really should.
So some tasting notes tonight, and then some tasting notes next week.
Write some tasting notes
Sunday
tonight,
next
and then
week.
see what it's like in a week's time.
That's very
because
good. That's a very
you
good
will
idea.
find that change quite a lot.
Get your taste. So this is the challenge then. So get your recipe and your tasting notes up on the forum tonight. So what have you got in your bottle? What did you end up with? What were the tasting notes? And then we'll look at it again next week. We'll see how far it's developed.
Nice.
Love that.
Again, let's get some feedback for you and for us, Peter. So again, very educational, guys. This is up there with my favorite show. Thank you very much. And that's coming from Dwayne, who tunes in every single draw. Dwayne gets involved.
He
so
does.
That's great feedback. Really worthwhile. Thanks, everyone, says Adrian Williams. Thanks for making it happen, guys. Amazing night. Cheers, Stu. What would you blend to get Curly Wurly? For you guys that don't know, Curly
It's an
Wurly.
ongoing Curly Wurly joke.
Yeah, obviously our accents come through to those all over the UK, and they think it's funny when we say Curly Wurly, so we do a little...
Especially when he whispers it into the microphone
Yeah.
like an ASMR.
Yeah. The King, Adrian Bain, this is brilliant. So much info explained so well, so interesting. You're a champion, Peter.
Oh,
Nice
you're
work.
too kind. No, this was a lot of fun tonight, and it was great to get the interaction as well, to get people shouting out and seeing how they're doing their own blends and what they're picking up on. So it was really cool.
Can I also just grab a load of likes on the page on the stream for Peter and for the Wemyss team here? It'd be lovely to show them how much we appreciate their time and their effort. So throw a like on that stream as well. It's really helpful for us all.
Yeah, amazing. Let's do one every week. Peter, how do you feel about that? Are you happy coming
Every
back
Sunday night?
I'd be happy, but the team behind it all, Amy and Kirsty having to make up the packs.
Every Sunday.
Interesting class, nice change. Harvey, as you're stood next to Peter, can you shake his hand?
Oh, there we
From
go.
me, of course, Mel, of course. There you are. One of my favourite lies you've done. Cracking night. Loved being part of this. The feedback from everyone was worthy of tuning in on its own. Nice one, Jamie.
Amazing feedback, guys. Thank you so much.
Dennis couldn't get in until now. Don't worry, Dennis. You can watch it back, and there's so much to learn. I'd say this is definitely one of the draws I've learned the most for sure.
Oh,
so
definitely,
thanks for that,
definitely.
Peter.
So have I. It's great to do this kind of interactive thing where you get, like, I always see if you do a whiskey tasting by yourself, it's stale. I think you need people to bounce things off of. So this has been a lot of fun. I think it really works.
Great. What else have we got?
Top-notch show. That's very much to Wemyss for this one. And Peter, maybe. He's lost me with that one. Great class with a great distillery. Indeed. Great fun and so interesting.
Thanks, Denise. Another regular.
20 out of 10 for tonight. This has been amazing. Thank you so much. Not really got into blended whiskey, whole new world for me to explore. Thank you. That's what it's about.
That is the goal, John. That is the goal.
Including those off camera. Amazing night. Thanks so much to everyone
Because
involved.
ultimately you can create anything. You can create anything you want with blending, right? It's the sky's the limit. There is no limitation to what you can actually create.
I mean, look at what you're starting off with. You're like I said, talking about flavor wheel earlier this evening. The flavor wheel for whiskey is bigger than wine or tea or coffee. You know, you've got so much variety to pick from, and see when you add them all together and you start mixing flavors together, it opens it up even more. So, the sky is the limit.
Yeah. Now, I know we're not rushing, but I know you've got a train to catch, etc. The last thing I want to do is for you to miss out on some of this feedback. So I'm going to keep firing out and get you high as a kite on that train. On that train
really
home.
Embarrassed with all this fantastic feedback that's coming through.
Because there's really nice stuff coming in.
Harvey, give him a hug. Says Stu, bro.
It's been some brilliant feedback.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, and a big thanks to those off camera that have really made this evening happen. It couldn't have happened without them. So a big thanks to Amy and to Kirsty.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
The team,
great team to work with. Tonight's been an eye opener. We'll do this again. 100%. Loved tonight. Really good learning experience. Can't wait to don the lab coat and get stuck into mine. Thank you, Peter. You're a great tutor. Peter was really knowledgeable and I enjoyed the blending experience. Great night. Thanks, Peter. I'm saving my blend till next Sunday. We could be here till midnight with compliments for you here.
Peter's taking this straight back to the bosses tomorrow.
Yeah, too right.
Raise.
Just screenshots. Just hundreds of screenshots.
Been very informative. Thank you, Peter. Thanks, guys, for bringing this to us. It's been a privilege for us all. Best £40 I've ever spent. Don't care if I don't win tonight. Thank you so much. Tell you what, that's cracking feedback.
He's a great guy.
Cheers, Chris.
I love Chris.
When's the next blended session? We're going to
this could be a thing. There's a niche in the market.
There is. We're going to get Peter to sign a bit of paper before he leaves. If he wants to make that train, he's going to have to sign it. Really good night. You've really made us think about blending. Here's a good one. Didn't have a blending kit because I've too late buying tickets, but thoroughly enjoyed this and going to use it as inspiration for a night in with a few friends.
Oh yeah, nice. I tell you what, that's a great idea actually. Because we've regularly done some blind tastings and trying to figure out which distilleries or which areas it's come from and all that stuff. It's very difficult, but actually just diving in and doing a blending at home would be a brilliant night in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, undoubtedly. Right, get yourself 5 or 6 bottles from different regions, totally different characters.
Yeah.
Ideal. Make yourself a base and then from that base play about with it. Have some fun.
Sorry, there's so much coming in. I feel like there's so many compliments. I've never seen so many come in. Fantastic session. Thank you to all at Wemyss. Peter, give me a job, please. Willing to relocate from England. Massive thanks. And respect to Peter, Amy, and Kirsty, as well as Simon and Harvey, of course. Thanks, Laura.
Thank you, Laura.
Can't wait to buy a bottle from Wemyss with my discount code. I know we'll need to get that up very shortly. Yeah, crack on.
Okay, I'll come through and I'll quickly say hi as well while I'm here.
I know. Of course. And we come. Here's part of the team.
Hi, guys.
Here's Amy from the Wemyss team. Get right in the middle.
Oh gosh. Okay. I thought I'd come in and just say hi. Nice to meet you all. So the discount code is actually Sunday Fun Day. So it'll be live from tomorrow morning on the Wemyss website. So you'll get £5 off your order and free delivery. So that's Sunday Fun Day starting from tomorrow. Thanks very much, guys.
Sunday Fun Day, just like that.
Yeah, Sunday Fun Day.
And we'll send that in an email.
Yeah.
We'll get that out to you. And that is for what, sorry?
So it's £5 off and free delivery.
£5 off and free delivery. Perfect.
That's your code there, just at the bottom. Sunday Fun Day.
Yes.
So hang fire. Get your Wemyss tomorrow. Don't jump the gun and get it tonight. Get your free delivery, your discount. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks very much. After party on the 3rd of December. Yeah, blending session. Tampere. We'll see what we can do. Does Peter have any suggestions for trying a world blend? That's a good question. There's a lot of interesting whiskies around the world.
That's something I don't know a lot about. And I know a lot about, or a reasonable amount about kind of what different distilleries in Scotland taste like, but that's a world I know nothing about. Is it's whiskies from other countries, really, and it's something I need to learn about.
Nice.
Aye, definitely. So sorry, I'm I'm not sure about
No,
that.
no problem.
No,
I
it's good.
totally,
Do you guys know? What
I
would
respect
you-
I respect your honesty there.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm similar in a way that I've not experienced enough world whiskies. I don't think to have a say. There's what would the first thing I would think of?
Well, for a foreign distillery, like a brand.
Or just for a blend. I'm not
To
sure.
try to
I'd have
make
to have a think
blended-
and come
Yeah,
back.
I mean, there's no reason why you can't.
We did an Amrit last week as a prize, the Amrit single malt and the Amrit.
Cavalan would be great, I think, as a bit of colour. So you could always mix it up and make a base blend out of whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
A couple of distilleries similar to Lowland and Highland, and then add whatever you want as a world whiskey to add a bit of that flavour and champion that world whiskey, whatever it is. Like I said, I think Cavalan would be good. There's some great whiskies coming out of New Zealand and Australia as well. Some interesting characters, really hot maturation, so very kind of woody, very fast maturing whiskey. So that would be an interesting one to do, maybe.
Yeah,
and then
that
you've got the
would be.
world of bourbon as well, of course. So
I know.
yeah.
I was thinking, like Nika from the barrel actually reminds me of a bourbon. I get quite a
It's
bourbony,
very spicy.
yeah.
flavour from Nika, so I'd be chucking that in my blend as well. I'm very conscious that you do have,
Yeah,
You've got a
I am
treat,
going to have to head
which
on.
is fine because we will be calling the winner. We want to get that done before 10 o'clock. and
Yeah,
we
we're
want
going to jump in.
We don't want to hold the team back. So again, a massive thanks to Peter for coming along, and this will definitely not be the last you see of us, Peter.
No, I'll
sure.
have to get you guys across to the distillery again. See you
Happily.
Fife.
Yeah, but here there's brand new Wi-Fi. in
New
here as
Wi-Fi.
well.
Yes, yeah, we
That's
got
gonna be
fibre.
good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Right, there's a reason to go back if I've ever heard one.
That's absolutely it. Let's just get a massive thanks in the chat for Peter.
Drop a like.
It's been so
and a wee thanks
it's
for
been
Peter.
great. Honestly, your feedback's been amazing. It's been great to hear. Let's get a big thanks in there for Peter. Yeah, it's
Been a
absolute
pleasure.
Thanks
No,
again.
Thank
thanks
you
a
so
lot.
much.
Really appreciate
Yeah,
it, guys.
It's been so good. It's been
Genuinely,
so
it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it
so,
has.
Absolutely
aye.
wonderful. Thank you so much.
We'll get you WhatsApp off one of the girls, and
Right,
we'll drop you a wee message
Right,
again.
no
to
worries.
say
Thanks again,
but
everyone.
We'll not hold you back.
Happy blending.
Make sure you get your Nando's on the way out as well.
Oh yes, of course. Aye.
Yeah.
Right, cheers.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Peter.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Okay,
how you feeling?
that was great, wasn't it? Yeah,
Oh,
Peter,
man.
you're still loads coming through. Safe journey home, Peter. Thanks, Peter. Well done, Peter.
Oh, there's so many comments.
Peter, you've got some entertainment on the train. You can watch us on
I
the
know
train.
we'll still be live by the time you get home.
Nice one. Top man, Peter, again, sharing his knowledge. Another brilliant night, eh?
Do you want to
Let's-
shimmy along a little, a wee touch?
Yeah.
Just so
I
that
think,
we're- it sets me off actually.
yeah,
going
no
up to the
worries.
side.
How's the list and all that? We're
Fine. Listen, there's tickets available to win the top prize, which is 10 incredible single cask Wemyss bottles. There's runners-up prizes. There'll be comment prizes. There's still lots of stuff to go through. Throw us a like on the stream. Send some stars if you're inclined. But if you really want to be involved in the big stuff, get onto the website www.whiskyclubcomps.com and pick up a ticket for the Wemyss Ultimate Prize. Is the discount code still working?
yes, it is. Thank you, 15.
Thank you, 15. We put a discount code up. The story is we upgraded our authentication protocols on the website to make your checkout safer. Unfortunately, there's a couple of little hiccups here and there. It didn't work for a lot of the weekend. There may or may not still be some lingering issues with some people, but we've seen loads of transactions come through. So there's a discount code on the website. Thank you, 15 for 15% off. There's 100 tickets left for the Wemyss. Jump on, get a ticket. You've all had a great experience. The feedback's been amazing. Peter's done a great job. The Wemyss girls and the team at Wemyss have done an amazing job. So support us and jump on and get yourself a ticket if you want to be involved in the big stuff.
Yes.
Right, there we
Let's do
go.
it.
Look at us. I'm going to move that. Right.
We're in.
Yeah.
This is a
Big call for tickets. Big call for tickets. Jump on the site. 17 quid, you'll get a ticket with a discount. Don't be shy. Thanks for the discount code, says Jen. No problem, Jen. Absolutely. Susie Main's ahead of us. Nice. John Neeson couldn't complete a purchase. There's somewhat of a problem with some of the authentication, perhaps, for some people.
yeah.
But I think if you choose the option to use the app rather than the text message, it should work. I think is what it was yesterday. There's been varying different issues.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just one of those out with our control at the moment.
Yeah.
It's above my pay grade, and it's certainly tricky when it's an American company we're dealing with. So the hours and that are not ideal.
Jimmy Farthing's absolutely bob on there. 2 tickets during the session, 40 quid for an experience like that. It's great value, win or lose. Jimmy, we appreciate that so much. And, you know, many of you say it, there's a lot of value in the entertainment in the show. So hopefully you've got some entertainment. And listen, you could be in with a chance to win 10 incredible bottles plus, or perhaps if you don't win the top prize, there's plenty of runners-up prizes as well.
Now the blending class is over, I need to make a shout out to Harvey for his help today, sorting my little issue. You went above and beyond. You guys really are about looking after us in the whiskey community. You've got a member here for life. Simon, I love to hear that, mate.
Good guy.
Listen, I helped you out because you deserve it. You're a top supporter, and we definitely want the very best experience we can for you. So thank you very much. Am I
Bring it closer to you, yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah, Simon, absolutely. And apologies that you never got exactly what you were expecting to come through, but we'll look after
you. Okay, I think it's time for competition time.
We're going to give some time to just allow people to buy tickets, just a few minutes, because there's some orders coming through. I can see there's people sticking orders through just now.
Yeah, no worries.
So I just want to make sure there's enough people. There are still some tickets available. If you want a ticket, jump on the website right now, buy a ticket right now. It's going to be your last chance.
And remember, there are 7 chances to win. So you're getting 1 of each as a runners-up prize. So there'll be a hive goes out. There'll be a Spice King that goes out. There will be a peat chimney. There'll also be a velvet fig and a Spice King.
What's one that we always forget?
Smoky
Shores.
Shores.
The same one we always forget.
Yeah.
It's a beauty as well.
So they'll be going out individually. We will then be giving away all of them together as a second prize, and of course the top prize is going to be 10 bottles, the single cask stuff. We've not got enough room here to even display half of them. So
that's on top of the blending experience we just had.
of
So
course.
there's value.
Good night for everyone, hopefully.
Yes, you're quiet.
Okay, yeah, swapped. It's because we swapped.
Pull your mic
I'll
over. You're
just make
quieter
you-
than Simon. Nicky, that's just.
I need to unplug your little fan then,
You can turn it off, right? That's
Sure.
okay now. Yeah, it should be fine.
because I can't. Oh no, wait. That's fine. There we are. That's fine.
There we go.
We're flying loud
Okay,
and
but
clear. Thank you.
Let's get back into that ASMR stuff. Right. See, this is the thing with the mics. Then you forget the impact that the mic has
Yeah,
once you
I know.
started like using it.
I know.
Okay,
Yes, you're quiet, Harv. Okay, tell me, is it better now? Is
is that better?
Should be better now.
Oh, Dave, this is what a relief. What a relief.
Oh, the Highland Park
Oh,
arrived today on a
Thank the
Sunday.
Lord. Thank the Lord.
Nice one, David. Thank you very much for letting us know, mate.
Thanks, David.
That was,
What a nightmare that's. We've been chasing that bottle all over the country.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God, I've just remembered actually.
No more rain.
We were fucking talking about ghost stories and we had the lights red and everything last Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
This has been a wild week.
Yeah,
This has been a wild week.
I'm absolutely knackered. Oh man, you wouldn't believe the last time.
Excuse my cough, folks. Excuse my cough.
So let's start.
No SMR. No more ASMR. Yeah, you're Lawrence. It's over. It was funny.
You've got both.
Talk to me.
You've got both the entry lists, yeah, from the other weeks.
No.
Just a reminder.
Yeah, perfect.
So we've got the Hive. We've got. Let me just write these in. What's coming up next? We've got the Hive, Spice King. We've got Smoky Shores. Odds are looking amazing on this one as well. You've got the advantage of a wee website mishap.
Yeah, you have.
That's
Yeah.
helped out. We've had a lot of declined orders, etc., which
We
is
have.
a shame.
But that's part of the game
Yeah,
for us, and
Yeah.
it benefits you guys. So
yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon about it. Velvet Fig, and the one we always forget, Simon, is
the one we've just forgotten.
that's. I've made the mistake. It's Peat Chimney. We've got Peat Chimney and Smoky Shores there. Perfect.
Okay.
So there's 5 there. Then we've got the core collection. And then the Wemyss experience, ultimate Wemyss collection.
Yes.
What's your pick out of those bottles? Jam on toast.
Jam on toast has always been the one I've
Yeah.
wanted the most. Yeah.
Looks
Just
good, eh?
looks unreal, and jam on toast is just makes up about 60% of my diet. So that's probably what I'd go for. Although I've started to get into jam bagels, actually.
That's what having a 3-year-old does to you.
Exactly. Yeah. Supper club. Nice.
Supper club, yeah. Have we
Is
got?
that in a black bottle, or is that?
Oh, was this the supper club I was just looking at? Yeah, the 25-year-old.
Yeah, it looks fab.
Yeah.
I like the coloured ones.
Mortlack 25.
I really like the coloured ones.
That one looks fantastic. Should have seen if we could get Peter to crack those open. Let's try them in. Fellas, you've absolutely smashed out of the park tonight. I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say, and I know it goes without saying, but you guys rock. Thank you very much, Jamie. I'm really delighted to have had you involved. Won't let me complete soft decline. Sorry, lads. John, gutted about that, mate.
This seems to be what's happening with
it's a shame.
with some people. It's just soft declining, and others it's not. And we don't really know at this point why it's happening.
You guys yet again outdone yourselves with the stream tonight. I love a look behind the scenes, basically into the world of whiskey. That is a TARDIS of the unexpected. That's a great analogy for sure. For sure. And Jamie says if he's lucky enough to win the jam on toast, he'll donate it back to us for the Mind charity gig, as he already has a bottle. Top man, Jamie. What a lovely gesture that is. Jagels, jam bagels, jagels. I love that.
Fan of that.
So glad I bought early. Yeah, delighted you did too, David. Okay, how are we looking?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, no worries. I've got to have a picture of the core range. I don't think I do. No. But first we will do the hive. I don't need the picture of it because it's here. You may or may not know the answer, Amy. Who's responsible for the artwork on the bottles?
That is our brand managers. So I mean, I couldn't tell you exactly. It was either Kirsty or the person before her, Stephen.
Nice, because it's.
So one of them, I can't give all credits, but one of them will have been themselves.
It is exceptional. I'm going to come up to the camera, but I've realised that my mic won't pick me up, so I'm going to let you see it in person for those that have never actually seen the hive or the Wemyss core range up close. Get a look. Get the light box on it. Stunning bottles. All of them unique, but.
The hive's caused a few conversations of, is it a bee or is it a wasp?
Honeybee, is it?
Yeah,
honeybee.
So many people argue that it's a wasp.
That's so funny. And where's the distillery that's on the bottle? Is that just the wee artwork, or is there an actual?
Oh, I think on the bottle, I think it's just the Wemyss Castle.
Looks like yeah, maybe you're right, but it looks like a wee.
I think it's just a pot still.
Nice. Well, how are we looking?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I had a wee test run, so if I might not have done the whole adding it back properly.
I've got it all. I've got everything perfect.
Where are you streaming from tonight as different background and football shirts?
Secret.
That is a special secret location. We had a couple of relocates, but we found basically the strongest Wi-Fi connection we possibly could have. So I credit again to the Wemyss team for helping us out, getting in here. We've got a lot of kit and it's all worked.
It's been perfect. It's been one of the biggest stresses about going out the house, basically, for a better way to put it, is the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And it's been stress-free. I'm still getting orders coming in. Russell's just got his orders in now, so we're just going to continue to hang fire. A couple more minutes. If anybody wants in, they can get in. Russell, you're the last one in so far. Ian Jackson, I've got you as well. So there's just two coming, so we'll just give it a minute. Jamie Reynolds got Wemyss Castle straight away.
Great show.
The hubby exactly what was going on
to you guys since 7:30. Thank you, Stuart.
Love it.
Stuart and Gina. Lovely looking bottle. Come to you live from the Wemyss sauna. Harvey or Simon's house. No, I wish. This place is huge.
Yeah, no, we joke about that regularly in the song, but this is actually is huge. I'm surprised there's not a echo.
Looks like Dundee area.
Oh, could be, Paul, could be. Who else wants to hazard a guess as to where we are?
Secret location. Simon has mentioned this collection of framed football shirts, so I'm guessing Simon's house. Simon wishes, but to be fair,
it's not a bad shout though. I'm a big memorabilia fan, and I'll be taking some of these home with me. Laura, I've got your ticket, so Laura's in as well. So we're just going to continue just to hold off a second whilst we make sure we've got everybody who wants to be involved. Obviously, we've got the discount code up as well, so make sure if you want to be in, you've got a great chance of getting in.
Yeah, thank you 15 gives you 15% off. That was thank you to those that dropped us an email to let us know there was a wee issue with the payments on our side, and then thank you to those that were patient enough to give us a second chance, come back to the website and buy some more tickets.
Absolutely.
Nick got a bottle of Smokehead Rum Rebel last week. Artwork on that is really cool as well. Yeah, I think Stubro, you've mentioned that you're a fan of the Smokehead artwork as well.
Harvey done me with the rum last week. Did we discuss this on Sunday?
I'm not sure.
Give me a rum, give me a something to try. Give me a Glencairn with liquid in it. I could not, for the life of me, figure out what it was.
20-year-old aged rum. It was delicious.
It's
The
fantastic.
guys in Cadenheads
Fantastic.
tricked me with it.
It's fantastic.
Smokehead's tasty juice. How are we feeling?
Confident to go in now, Laura. You're the last entry. Laura Hodgson, thank you so much for the support and the last ticket. I think we're now at a stage. I don't want to push too far.
Yeah, we don't want to make this call too late either.
Nah, we don't want to make the call too late. So I
Yeah,
think what we'll do is I'll make sure everybody is right, and I've got everything hidden that I need to be hidden, just to make sure I've got the right list. And yeah, we will do.
And I need to put my phone, hide my number, and then we will be making a phone call very soon as well.
Calls me every Monday morning without fail.
And you never answer either. You never answer.
From a withheld number every single week.
Show my caller ID off. If you get a call in the next 15, 20 minutes from a withheld number, it's myself. And I'm calling you to tell you you've won something pretty special.
Right, I'm going to get the wheel up. We're going to. So let's do the order.
Yeah, we've got the Hive. We're going to
go in order.
Yeah,
you did that when I was.
We've got the Hive. We're going Hive, Spice King, Peat Chimney, Smoky Shores, Velvet Fig, all individual bottles. Then we're going to do the core collection plus those two limited editions, which are the Velvet Fig. All of the bottles are named, so you're getting 5 bottles there. And then, of course, we're doing the big boy, the Ultimate Wemyss Collection. So those of you that haven't watched before, I think we've got pretty much all the regulars involved tonight. If you haven't watched before, though, Simon will give you a wee wheel demo. You can get a look.
There's another ticket just come in, so I'm just going to add that. Fraser, you're in. Fraser's in. So thanks for that, Fraser. I just want to make sure we get everybody, because
Last ditch attempt. Why not? Nice one.
Well, then, mate, it wouldn't be the first time that the last ticket has won, and it won't be the last.
Would you not be better to do the big one first, then take the name out the hat? So I think the idea is now that nobody's name's going to get taken out the hat, because ultimately you've spent £20 on a ticket, and every prize, you're in for every prize for every spin, so you'll never be taken out.
Yeah, that's what we did for Dalmore. That's what we did for the other ones. The same, that had the same format, and it worked really well.
So if you do, to kind of counter what you've said there, Stu, don't worry. If you win a Wemyss Hive or one of the core range, you're still in for the top boy. You've just got a good chance of winning more than one if you bought more than one ticket. So,
and you see how often we have multiple winners on the same night. So it definitely worked.
Hopefully, it's not the same person that wins them all. But
you could technically win all the prizes with one ticket, and it's exactly the same format as we've done before in this style of draw.
Yeah.
So we're maintaining the
So
continuity.
Fraser is the last one. Anyone that buys after that is going to be refunded. I think we should give it a go because we're 5 minutes to 10. I'm nervous about calling somebody after 10 on a Sunday.
Before we get somebody's mum again.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll do a quick explanation.
Quick wheel explanation.
Obviously, those who know, but those that don't, it's worth me explaining. The numbers on the side here replace your name. The reason there's multiple numbers is to show that if you've entered with more than one ticket, multiple entries will be counted and put towards the wheel. We'll then give it a shuffle, spin the wheel, and then you could be a winner.
And I didn't shuffle these actually because I was too excited.
No,
But
you
they would
didn't.
be shuffled. And these are just numbers, so it's fine. So it's going to end on 5. Right.
4 maybe.
Liam Upton's.
Premature with the 4, but you might just nick it from Simon, right?
I know the wheel. I know this wheel.
You've messed
I've
up more
seen-
than once.
I've seen every single spin on this wheel.
Oh, he's nailed it. Yeah, Lawrence has won 20 quid.
Lawrence is the winner.
Right, let's get ready.
Right.
Get ready to rumble. Let's go.
Oh, don't say that. We'll get sued.
Oh,
You got to pay for that. Right. Yeah.
Are you on the right screen?
Yeah. It's just it's got a wee bit squeaky there. There we go. So we've got 201. Do you want to take me off quickly? Just to check.
Yeah.
Yeah, last one is 201. It's Fraser. Did you put me back on or not? No. It's okay.
You want on?
Yep.
Ready?
Yeah, it's right. It's correct on the site. So there we are. These are all the entries. If you've bought and it's not come through, you'll be refunded. Fraser's the last one to enter. No problem at all. Copied onto the wheel.
Let's go. And this is for the hive. So first bottle we're going to do is the hive.
First bottle we're going for is the hive. On the left-hand side of the wheel, there's a little section which seems to be cut out. We restrict the names on the wheel to 99, so there's a big enough section for you to read your name. All the other names are in that little parcel on the left-hand side, and they'll all be filtered through so everybody gets a chance to win. This is for the first bottle of the night. Remember, each ticket is going to be in every, so there's always going to be 201 entrants into this competition.
Yeah. So
Happy?
one ticket is for 7 spins.
Yeah. Good to go?
Yep.
Spinning for a Wemyss Malt The Hive. Listen, you win any prize won tonight is going to be, you've got to be happy. What?
Somebody said we've frozen. What a time to freeze. Are we back in?
We've definitely not frozen on our end. We've got flawless Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's looking all good here. I'm watching it.
Flawless. Gave me an absolute heart attack, Adrian.
Yeah, we're spinning. I can see it. Back in. Okay.
Jump
nice
on
one.
those stars,
Nice one.
guys. Make sure, let's get some Facebook stars up. It'd be great if you guys could show us some love with some stars tonight.
Let's get
as well. It'd
Peter a
be
beer.
fantastic. Yeah, let's get Peter a beer. Kevin Murphy's
And
there.
let's
Adrian
get
Bain,
Amy a gin.
Denise Horner's there. Karen, Liam Upton, Jim Gray's in. Kevin Murphy's in. Chris Davies is in. He was talking about how it was 40 quid well spent. It could be even better well spent. Now, Chris, it's gone past you to Derek Marshall.
Derek Marshall. He's the first winner. He's won
Derek
a bottle of the
Marshall.
hive. Congratulations.
Derek Marshall wins a bottle of the Wemyss Malts The Hive. Well done, Derek Marshall. Let's get some congratulations in for Derek.
If it froze for you, just give it a wee refresh on Facebook. It's something to do with Facebook because I can see we've got a laptop here that's streaming.
We've got the monitor working nicely.
Everything's working sweet. Don't put that fear through us. There's just no need. We've worked hard for this. Come on.
Yeah.
Cracking whiskies. Yes, this one's the hive. So congratulations, Derek. First winner of the night. Derek Marshall. Is he watching? Is he still here? Mr. Thurlow's Ukulele Basics.
Nice
Good
to see
evening.
you.
Nice to have you.
Nice to see you.
My Facebook's been freezing all night. If you're freezing on Facebook, jump over to YouTube. No. Congratulations. It was frozen briefly. Nice one.
Good.
Congrats, Derek. I'll have to buy this tomorrow now. Unlucky Chris. Derek just nicked that one right from you there. Well done, Derek. Well, right, I don't see Derek. If Derek's here, get him to comment, but we've still got a lot more chances. So just remember, don't remove him, and you're just closing.
Just closing Derek down. Derek's going to still be in for the next spin. What's next, Harvey?
Next up, we're going for the Spice King. Again, stunning bottle. And I've had a sample. I loved it, but I'll definitely be going for a 70cl of this one.
The Spice King, the Wemyss Malts, the Spice King. Second prize up. We've got lots of spins to go. Don't worry about that. This is chance number 2 from 7 per ticket. We're spinning well. Has a nice greasy wheel tonight.
Yeah, it's good.
Very nice. Let's see what we've got.
That has Marshall.
Neville's there. Adam Smith, Chris, Liam, Dwayne, Stuart, Gary, Mark, David Finney, Chris Collins, Douglas Banks, Ian Jackson, Sean Harper's in, James Barsby's in, Derek Marshall's in, Simon Hogg, Stuart Combe, Baino or Lawrence Mitchell. Which one of the two heavyweights is it going to go to tonight? Is it going to be Adrian Bain or Lawrence Mitchell? Baino.
Baino's got a win.
Baino wins it.
Bain.
Congratulations,
Baino.
Adrian Bain. Tell you what, it's been a while for Adrian.
He has.
It's been a while. Just pinched it straight out of Lawrence's pocket there. Straight out of Lawrence's pocket. Adrian Bain. Let's hear it for the king. Let's hear it for the king.
Well done, Baino. Congratulations, Adrian. Is he still watching? He has been here.
Come on, Baino. Where are you?
In and out.
Let's hear you.
Congratulations.
The Wemyss Malt Spice King Baino coming your way. What'd you think of that?
Baino, I love that. Congrats, Your Majesty. King Baino, congratulations. Well done, Adrian. Adrian's a big Wemyss fan as well. He'll be chuffed with this one.
He is. He is.
Congrats, Adrian. Spice King Baino, and you can't even taste it. I know. That's a nice wee recovery.
Nice.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. He's got his blending kit to enjoy, and he's got a bottle of Spice King coming his way.
I know. Sod COVID. I'm going to open my Spice King here now.
Yeah.
Nice, Baino. I love
He's
it.
definitely already got a bottle in the house. You know it. You know it.
Go Baino. Nice one, buddy. Nice. Not lost my smell and taste. Well, that's no excuse not to get that one down, you Baino. A wee celebration. Nice one. I still stink. Right.
So next up, we're going for a peat chimney.
Let's go for it.
You good?
Chimney. I am indeed. I just got a wee hair fall from my face onto my
Straight
tongue.
into the lip.
Yeah.
Right.
Peat chimney.
I'm spinning.
You are indeed.
Sorry, I've shuffled and
That's
spun.
okay.
I thought he was had me on the screen.
I trust you.
That's fine. Peat chimney, we have 201 in all the entries. So Baino might win again. Might win another one. Good chance. 1 in 201 per ticket. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
And Baino's got a few tickets. He's got a few.
He has. Let's see what we've got
Peat
here.
chimney.
Let's see what we've got. A peat chimney would be lovely. This would be my choice. Well, what would have been my choice at the very start? I was swayed towards the hive as we were doing the blending there. Let's see who we've got. Let's find out. Donald Laurie's there. Simon Evan, Robert, Steve, Jaden's there. Ben Teest,
Richard
Harpreet,
Arnold.
Richard.
John Arnold.
The Arnolds are in hard. John Arnold's there again. Russell Sherwood. Chris Collins is in. Michelle Pilkington. David Thompson. Tell you what, you can't keep this man off the wheel. You cannot keep this man off the wheel as Lawrence Mitchell is about to pinch it straight out of David Thompson's pocket.
Yes, indeed. Lawrence.
Lawrence has missed out from Adrian, and then he's come back with a vengeance.
He has indeed. Lawrence, he's already got a bottle as well. I'm sure he said he's got a bottle on the way. So the peat chimney, let's hope you like that one, Lawrence. I'm sure you will.
I like it, if
Congratulations.
that means anything. If you don't like it, Lawrence, give me a shout, big boy. Give me a shout. Big Daddy Lawrence wins the peat chimney. Superb.
Ed, don't worry. He's missed out on the blending, but you'll be able to get involved watching it back. It's definitely worth. I'm sure everyone here will vouch for me. It's worth watching back.
Definitely, it's worth watching back.
And learning from Peter, who's been phenomenal tonight. Congrats, Laws. Congratulations. Congrats, Lawrence. Go, Laws. Go on, Lawrence. That's what I was hoping for. Unlucky Stu.
The multi-ticket approach has worked wonders for Lawrence and Adrian.
I know. Haha, congrats, Lawrence. Congrats, Lawrence. It's a cracker.
Nice.
Well.
There he is. There he is.
Unlucky David Thompson as well, very close, but don't forget, still plenty to be won tonight.
Don't worry, that's only 3 spins. That's only 3 spins. There's plenty more coming.
Nice. Loads of comments for Lawrence there. Right, what's next? What's next?
The Velvet Fig, perhaps.
Yep.
Velvet
So,
Fig?
yeah, let's go.
Beauty.
Let's do it.
Right, on screen, please.
Go for it.
And we're going to give a couple of shuffles. This is spin number 4 of 7. We're getting right through these. Don't worry. We're going to be making a phone call in the next 10 minutes.
Amy's falling asleep over
Amy's nearly, she's absolutely burst. It's a Sunday night. We told her it was going to be half an hour.
there. Yeah, to be fair, Amy told me filling up the bottles would be 45 minutes. So I'm just getting you back.
6 hours. You could have streamed it. Imagine the Facebook stars. Come on, folks. Send us some stars. 89p, I think you can buy stars for. Or 99p. Support the guys.
What have you done to your hair? It took years off you, pal. I know, Paul. I look like a young pup again.
Liam Upton's there. Andrew Nichols, Stuart, James, Ian, John Arnold's there. Mark Whitmore's there. Darryl McGroarty, Sheridan Winkworth, John Angus, John Arnold. John Arnold's been on close to every spin at this point. Katie Thompson.
Katie Thompson.
Is it going to be Katie or Joseph? Joseph Gold is right there. It's not going to go as
Katie
far as
Thompson.
it's
Well
not
done,
going to go as
Katie.
far.
Katie's been tuning in on YouTube for ages now, and a well-worthy winner. Nice wee win.
Absolutely worthy winner. Katie Thompson's pinched it. Absolutely fantastic win. Joseph was next. Unfortunately, Joseph didn't quite go your way, but there's plenty spins left. Don't worry, my friend.
Stu, listen, if I'm calling you, mate, you are answering. You are
Don't
answering.
phone me. I'm shy.
Congrats.
Do not think
Congratulations.
so. Don't believe it for a minute.
Congrats, Katie. Congratulations.
Here she is.
Go namesake.
There she is.
Yes, finally. Well done, Katie. Delighted for you there.
Loving
That's
it,
a
Katie.
cracker.
She was just chatting on the live as well about how she was going to get into blends, going to get more involved in blends, open up her options, look at different bottles she wouldn't have been interested in before. Tell you what, the Velvet Fig's a stunner.
It's a lovely,
Stunner.
lovely bottle, says the King as well. Wow, well done, Katie. Katie, enjoy. Yes, Katie Thompson, delighted for you. Congrats. Yeah, Katie, we're chuffed for you. You've been getting involved for ages now, so congratulations. Thanks for your support.
And you're still in for the next couple of spins. Don't worry. Don't go anywhere. Stay
Who's
glued.
going to be the first to win too tonight?
Who's going to be the
Boom,
first?
getting Katie. Congrats. Nice one. Right. We've got one more of the core range. Is that right?
Yeah.
Smoky Shores.
But these aren't core.
These two are limited
There's
edition.
3 are core.
Three
2
are core.
limited editions. These are limited.
Smoky Shores.
Smoky Shores.
Give it a spin.
Not tried this one. This is only one of the 5 I've not actually tried.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got my mum on standby. Yeah. Katie, you're very welcome. Delighted for you.
If you're feeling generous, guys, jump onto Facebook and gift the guy some stars. You may have 200 stars free from if we've just started the Facebook stars program. So you might have some stars free. If not, and you're feeling generous, drop us 99 pence, get some stars, and send them over. Help
Yeah, let's
support
get
our
some.
content.
Let's get some winners' photos on the website.
Let's get some winners' photos. If
Send
you've
us
won a-
in. Send us in your winners.
If you want a bottle of whiskey, send us some stars. Ben Anderson's there. Denise Double, Adrian, Danny, Dwayne, Jimmy, Jamie. Oh, that's too fast for me. Adrian Baines back in it. Lindsay Arnold's there. Fraser's there. Danny Upton, John Maxwell, Andy, Kevin Murphy's in. Sheridan Winkworth is there, but he's going to miss out. Lynn Whitmore's there, but Simon Hogg has already got a bottle on the way. Is he going to get another one? Is he not?
Oh, Simon Hogg.
Simon Hogg.
Congratulations, Simon. Boom. Smoky Shores coming your way.
Congratulations, Simon. What a fantastic
Well
win.
done, Simon. We need to remind me who's won tonight so that I can say double wins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, no doubles yet, but Simon Hogg wins a bottle of Smoky Shores. I know, unlucky.
Congrats.
Unlucky there.
Congrats, Simon. A Van Beno said, dude.
Wrong Simon.
Wrong, Simon. I hope you never tagged him there. You'll be gutted. Congrats, Simon. Congratulations. Simon just said such a nice comment as well, saying, thanks for going above and beyond.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much.
Congratulations,
for that.
Simon.
Well done, Simon. A nice wee limited edition Smoky Shores Weems for you. Go, Simon. Pipped me to it. Unlucky, Lynn.
just got pipped, Lynn.
Congrats.
Unlucky.
Small Hog, Simon Hogg. Congrats. Is he still here?
He's there. He's right there. Whoop, he says.
Oh, I'm just coming down. Congrats, Simon. It was autofill before. Nice one, Dana. I hope you never tagged them. Whoop. Yeah, nice one, Simon. You're still watching. Thanks again for the nice comment and congrats on your win.
Some night, Simon. Tell you what, it's panned out well. He's panned out well. He's got his tasting kit.
I know.
Now he's got a Smoky Shores on the way.
Well done, Super Simon. Congrats. Congrats, Boss Hog.
Love.
Enjoy. Right, boom. Let's go.
So now we're doing
the full collection.
5.
Yeah, so it's here. I'll change that. It's the core collection. +2 limited edition.
Okay. So this is the Hive, the Spice King, the Peat Chimney, the Smoky Shores, and the Velvet Fig.
Yes.
5 bottles of
5
whiskey.
bottles of whiskey. Let's go.
Who's going to take 5 bottles of whiskey? This is a big spin.
This is a big spin. This is a cracking prize.
This is a seriously big spin. And then what's next?
The big boy.
The big boy.
The big
phone
felly.
call.
The big felly.
The big phone calls next.
Be chuffed
after
with this
one.
though. Be chuffed with this for 20 quid, eh?
Mate, a blending kit.
Yeah.
Couple of hours repeat on the stream.
Yeah.
Any of those bottles, you'd be happy as Larry. I'd be dropping in Facebook stars like a maniac right now. I was watching at home.
I know.
I'd be absolutely loving the stars, but they must be broken. The stars
know.
must be broken tonight.
Who have we got? Luke
Let's
Fair,
see.
Mark Borthwick, Adrian Bain, Richard Arnold. There's a few Arnolds in
Is it
tonight.
Arnold Daft?
Russell Sherwood, Melvin, Ben Anderson,
Andy Havers.
Andy Havers,
Jimmy.
or
Is
Jimmy.
it going to go to Jimmy
Farnham.
having never won? Is it going to go to Jimmy?
Oh,
It's
Jimmy!
unbelievable.
Yes,
It is
congratulations.
unbelievable.
He's a worthy winner. He is a worthy winner. It took him
Oh,
16 months before he won a prize, and he tunes in all the time.
Absolutely incredible. Buys tickets every week. Always signs in. Absolute legend. Jimmy Farthing.
Oh, delighted.
Picked up his
unlucky.
first win last Sunday. Now he's picked up 5 bottles of whiskey. Jimmy, is it worthwhile? Is it worth the
Andy
wait?
Havers as well, unlucky mate. He is also a guy that tunes in, shows a lot of support. But I am delighted for Jimmy as well.
No, you got to be chuffed for Jimmy. If you've been watching for a long time, you know
Yes.
every week Jimmy would be manifesting, have his fingers crossed at home like that.
What
praying for
what
the
a
win.
boy, Jimmy. What a boy.
Yeah.
Holy crap balls. That's what his response.
What a guy. What a guy.
Jimmy, congrats, Jimmy. Nice one, Jimmy. Jimmy, good win. Congratulations.
Lawrence says, what a first prize. Awesome. Lawrence also said, what a great first prize on Sunday when Jimmy won his first prize.
Yeah, you're right. October Mori 21-year-old is what Jimmy won. Then he just won that collection there. He's on a roll, eh?
He's on a good roll.
But he
6
deserves
bottles.
it. Well done. Well done. That's a beauty of a win. I'm on a roll. 2 wins from 2 draws. It does happen, eh? It does happen.
Good man,
doesn't it?
Jimmy. Well done. That's it. Tell us.
Now it's not over yet.
It's not over.
The phone's ready. I do apologise if you're not watching and you watch this back, and I've just woken you if you're working early tomorrow. Hopefully, some 10:15 phone call telling you've won 10 phenomenal bottles of whiskey, over £1,000 worth of whiskey.
I'd take it. I'd take that phone call. Ready?
The ultimate Wemyss Collection. Yeah, I am. But I just wanted to get another what a win in. What's that?
Lawrence. You're making me drink whiskey and then you're calling me out.
Some
for forgetting.
stars in from Shed. Thank you very much, Shed.
Thank
Loving
you,
that.
Sheridan
Cheers, mate.
Winkworth, you absolute legend. Thanks for the stars. We appreciate that.
Oh, I've rated that as well. Stu's just came out with an absolute 10 out of 10. Jimmy, a dram after midnight.
That's very good. That's
Oh,
very
that is
good.
good.
That is very good. If my voice wasn't
He's cheeky,
if
eh?
my voice wasn't on the cusp of dying, I would sing it for you, Jimmy, but not today.
Right.
Just phone me, says David Finney. Well, listen, love to. Absolutely love to. Here we go. This is it, big boy.
Phone call time.
Have some stars then, Simon, says Ian
Legend.
Jackson. Thank
Cheers,
you,
Ian.
Ian Jackson. Thanks for the stars. We appreciate it.
Let's get involved.
Let's see. We're spinning.
Spinning.
This is the
it.
big guy. You ready?
I'm nervous. My heart's racing. I always get like this on the phone call.
Nervy
We've
phone
got-
calls.
We've got the good mic. We've got the
We've even got somebody that could be filming us making the phone call.
oh yeah, I like that.
Always good content, the phone call. Especially when you get somebody's mum on the house phone.
Or somebody that doesn't answer. That's absolutely ideal. You
On-
hype up the call and nobody
No.
answers. Or there's no phone number.
Here we go.
Let's move spinning for forever.
It's spinning. Let's see who we've got.
Oh,
Ready?
nervous energy now.
You're all
Mike.
right, you're good.
Nervous energy.
Adrian Baines there, Derek Marshall, Lawrence Mitchell, Sheridan Winkworth, Andrew Hawking, Stuart Lafferty, Melvin Potterton. Is it going to be Baino on the phone? It's not going to be Baino. We're going to Chris Davies or Martin Ferguson. Is it going to be Chris? We know Chris is live. Is it going to go Martin? It's gone past Chris Davies. We're into Martin Ferguson. Martin
Single
Ferguson.
ticket. That's not a name I recognise.
Single ticket for
That is
Martin
not a
Ferguson
name
has
I
won the
recognise.
10 bottles of Wemyss
Congratulations
single
to Martin.
cask. What a prize. Martin Ferguson. Let's get the congratulations in. We're going to phone him right now. It's tense. It's a tense affair.
Yeah, I've got a feeling.
It's a tense affair. And then we type his name in and it's his house phone. So many congratulations coming in. Katie Thompson, so close. Jim Swanky says well done. John Neeson says congratulations.
Oh, no phone number.
No phone number.
No phone number. Oh,
She's still filming. Look,
Martin, there's no phone
should we
number.
pretend? Ring, ring.
I know.
Ring, ring.
Cut,
No.
cut.
Oh, no phone number. Keep the content. It's good anyway. We'll use it.
Unbelievable
clip it.
prize for Martin, though. What a prize.
We'll clip it.
What a prize.
Martin Ferguson, congratulations. You'll be watching this back. You'll be thinking, what's going on? Martin Ferguson, not had much luck with the phone calls. That's two.
Nah,
That's
no.
2 in a row.
Lorraine's watching though and said he's left his phone at the office. No problem, Lorraine. At least we know. He knows he won. He knows he's won. Congratulations.
I'd love to phone him. Lorraine, I'm assuming, is a relation.
Should have rung me for the 5 bottles one. I know, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I know.
Jimmy.
I'm so glad I recorded that spin again.
It's called being over a chin wag, says Lawrence. I love that.
Never work with animals, kids, or phone numbers when working live. No number, no whiskey, I'd say. I know.
Do you know what? There's something in that maybe in the future.
Yeah, there's a game to be.
We could gamify it to a certain degree, but we'd have to take advice on how that would work.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, listen, that's been great. What a draw. Really chuffed at how that went. Adrian said it best there. We must return to Wemyss again in the future.
Definitely.
Absolutely, Adrian. We definitely will.
What a night we've had. Massive thanks to Amy, Kirsty, Peter, and the rest behind the scenes at Wemyss who have helped us massively. Who have helped us just nail this. It's been great.
It's just been fantastic.
Pulled it
off as usual.
Of course, we're still, if you've not managed to check out with tickets, etc., we'll be working on that over the next 24 hours. Hopefully everything up and running smoothly again for tomorrow, because we're live in 1 week again. You only have to wait a week. We're back again with a very exciting
on Sunday.
Lots of exciting
so much to
prizes,
do. So much to do.
But out of respect for Wemyss, I'm not even going to talk about another distillery.
No, we're not.
We've got a good enough whiskey in front of us just now. Remember, we have a discount code going live Sunday Fun Day. It's going to be tomorrow. We'll send over an email if there's. There we are. A step ahead of me. You are a step ahead of me.
Sunday Fun Day is the code. You'll need it from tomorrow morning. Is that right?
Yeah,
tomorrow morning.
Free delivery, £5 off any 70cl, any bottle. Yeah, any 70cl. So if there's something that you've wanted to get involved, something you've not tried, now's the time. Grab your £5 off. Show Wemyss support for what they've helped us out with tonight, and a big thanks for tuning in and watching.
Some more great feedback coming in. I think Jim Gray's sent some more stars. Jim, you're an absolute star fiend, and I love you for it. I love you. John Neeson saying, well done, lads. Awesome night. Must be repeated. Thanks to all at Wemyss. Thank you, John. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting.
All unclaimed bottles get donated to the charity night. Sounds like a good idea, Ian.
All these bottles are getting pumped into my bag before Amy finds out.
I know. Thanks a lot to Wemyss crew. Loving what you do and glad to discover it. Nice one, Lawrence. Just to say a big well done and great night to Simon and Harvey. Well done, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It has been a great night. We've had a huge lesson from Peter, and we've had some cracking whiskies to be won.
Yeah.
The blending night was a win in itself. So well happy.
Top
with
guy,
that, guys.
Jamie. Thank you.
Cheers, Jamie. I appreciate the great feedback. Free delivery and £5 off is superb value. Guys, today has been great. Thank you so much. Issue resolved earlier. Brilliant blending experience, and then my first ever win. Thank you both so much.
Good man.
You deserve it, Simon, for your support and just perseverance with the boys.
Tell you what, man, my feet will be. We're back on the sofa next on Sunday.
Yeah,
back on the sofa.
No, get a wee kip. Join us.
That's going to be
a stars.
That's
Wake up.
That's going to be a staple. My feet are will be thanking me for it on Sunday.
How long is the code valid for? We don't have a date on that just yet. I would say use it while you can, but maybe it's some information we can get over to you tomorrow. It'll be available definitely for the week. So you'll have a week to decide what bottles you fancy. And Bano said it as well. Again, I'll get that up. Free delivery and £5 off is superb value. Yes, I would agree, because especially these core range bottles, super palatable prices.
Superb
Great value for money.
Yeah,
excellent. And it's definitely, they look fantastic on the shelf.
They do, yeah.
To save for a special occasion.
I had the Velvet Fig and it didn't last very long on the shelf, unfortunately, but it was pretty well. It was there. Thank you. Sorry, what 110-star night. Thanks to you both and Peter and company. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Susie. Thanks very much.
Guys. Feckin' amazeballs, guys. Brilliant, guys. Thank you. After the day I've had, this definitely made up for it. I've really enjoyed the blending, and it will be something I will look into doing a lot more. Well done to all the winners. See you all next time. Cheers,
thanks,
Andrew.
Andrew.
We'll see you next time. I don't want to hold Amy and the team up any longer. We've got a lot of kit to move out of here. Amy's given up her Sunday. She doesn't work Sunday nights, and she came here to help us out. So we'll have to sort it out with the Nando's, I think.
Just take my Nando's home.
Yeah, you can have it. It's cold now.
Right.
Drop one final shout for likes, subscribes on YouTube. If you don't want to miss out again, make sure you're liking, subscribing, and following. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Won't update my totals. You'll have to look for my stars next Sunday. Okay, no worries, Jimmy. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate it.
Outstanding. Thank you for a great night. You're very welcome, Lorraine. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Well done, Simon and Harvey. Another great night with quality guys. The blending session was quality. Nice one.
Thank you.
You have to find the optimum order of the 5 bottles as the colours shift. Surprisingly, the wife and I agreed for the order of the 5 core specials. Nice. I like that. Right. Sunday Funday, don't forget.
Sunday Funday.
That's us. Over and out.
We'll mail out the
that sounds amazing.
Discount code tomorrow.
By the way, that does sound good.
Yeah, it does actually. Nice one. Well done. Play that outro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're out of here.
We're out of here. Yeah!
Congratulations, Gary.